Yes. How we all doing? How are we all doing? Watch a long time. Right into Maxi Hughes versus Ryan Walsh. Right into this fight. So as it stands, I believe it's this fight, then it's the main, or then it's the co-main, which is Bridges, and then we into the main. So we're straight into a fight. And I think the last time I done a watch along, we were near basically the end of I think Terry Harper. So I knew we were kind of near the end. But this one, it's only been 4 rounds. It's actually been quite a fun little scrap so far. Maxi Hughes versus Ryan Walsh. Remember last time I saw Maxi Hughes, she fought that Giovanni guy, the guy who ironed out James Tennyson in the round. And he looked real good in that fight. So wonder how the momentum is going. They're literally just getting to the end of the fourth round here. I have been watching this card as the evening's gone on. I've watched the whole card through so far. Just haven't had a chance to do any talks on it. So watch a lot. I love doing these. These are great fun. So we get a few people in the chat and we see how this goes. We see how long we're here. We see how long we're here. I know Bridges is on next. So obviously with Bridges, that's gonna be a fun. I'd say that fight actually be a fun little scrap. I have that feeling about that. But main event, this is the one we gotta watch. This is the one we all want to see. This is literally the one I'm determined to see who wins this. Like, in all honesty, like the more I think about it, the more I think Josh Warrington should win this fight straightforward enough. In fact, fairly straightforward. I don't know how, unless Josh Warrington has just absolutely like he will have regressed following on from the two Lara fights, but I think he still has enough to get by this Kiko Martinez. Should have enough, but we shall wait and see. We're going into round five of this Maxi Hughes Joe Walsh fight. Maxi Hughes is not a noted puncher. Maxi Hughes is not a noted puncher, so I'd imagine that this fight is going to go long. Now I'm favouring Maxi Hughes because he's really improved. He's come about. He's come about things the hard way. He took fights to short notice at the wrong weight. He's worked full time, but since he's hooked up with naming the guy Sean O'Hagan, Josh Warrington's dad, he's improved. He's now operating as a full time boxer, so he's not working on the side. He's just doing this full time. So we should really see him come to his own, theoretically. And some of the things he's been doing in there, in terms of the things he's been able to develop, he kind of buzzes Ryan Walsh there a little bit with the left hand in terms of the movements. He's been showing his ability to be able to slip under shots, be able to just get his opponent missing without having to put much effort into it. It's been real impressive seeing how Max Hughes has developed as a fighter. It's been very impressive so far. And he is literally trying to, once he's keeping this kind of fight at mid to long range, he seems to be in his comfort zone there, specifically more so mid range. Ryan Walsh lands and misses, throws some shots and misses. And bear in mind, this is an IBO title for what it's worth. And I would imagine that, oh, good left hand goes in there for Maxi Hughes. I'd imagine that Eddie Hearn is looking at putting the winner of this fight in there with Gary Cully if he signs him. Bear in mind, Gary Cully was meant to fight Maxi Hughes before the middle of 2020 if it had been normal. That would have been really interesting to see because Cully seemed to think he would have won. Now, Cully's a good fighter, but Maxi Hughes was coming into his own at that stage. So, good body shots from Maxi Hughes, and he makes Ryan Walsh miss. So excellent boxing there on the outside, misses with a left hook, just raises. A right hook, I should say, he's a southpaw. I believe were they sparring partners at one stage for a fight? I know that these two fought, I believe. I think at one stage these two were sparring partners when, I think was it Ryan Walsh was in the golden contract, he had Maxi Hughes down for sparring. So these two actually know each other quite well if that was the case, which often when you see that, when you see two people who have sparred in the past, I'm sure it was him anyway, you do tend to see, it could have been Ryan Joyce actually now I think about it, but if you do ever get two sparring partners and they fight in the pro ring, it's never normally a good fight. They normally kind of know what they're doing. The feet are definitely coming close together. That's normally what happens when you have a righty and a lefty. But Maxie Hughes still trying to find the range for that left hand. Definitely looking the cooler of the two, looking the more composed. Doing some good work on the outside actually, but he's just where's the left hand goes in. Not much power on that left hand though. He's never been a noted one punch puncher. Has Maxi Hughes. But he's definitely got respectable power there. Who was it he stopped in 8 rounds when the referee just told him like a break in the action, he's able to get a stoppage, forget the guy. But when he has had good shots go in there from both guys. Both guys with the chin wide in the air, Maxi Hughes getting back to his boxing. and keeping it at range. As long as he has the advantage of reach, he's happy. Keeping it at range using his feet. A shout out to Tony. Big up for the super chat. Much respect, G man, and support. And the chat stopped in to show support. Hit the like button. Salute to you, man. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. I've been neglecting the comments. Actually, I haven't read a single comment apart from that, mate. Appreciate the £5. I will get back to the comments now in a sec. Once this fight kind of dies down a bit, and we kind of get into more. I'd say we're going the long haul in this. And when there's a fight going on, I don't like to talk over. You know, last card it was easy. It was Terry Harper. You can talk all over that. You can easily talk all over that, but I don't like talking over the competitive fights. Salute to Jamie every single time, man. It's a shame that you're not doing the aftermath tonight, but it is what it is. There'll be plenty more to come as well, and I'm just hoping we don't have a controversial fight because they're normally the best ones for aftermaths. When there's a bit of controversy, everyone tunes in. But someone asked me how's the card going. Actually, I'll get back to some of you. What do I think of the card so far? To be honest with you, I've seen a few of the undercard fights, like on the prelims. I didn't see Scott Nicholson fight, but I did see the Moylet versus Dalton Smith fight. Dalton Smith could have made that easier than he did. He could have made that fight way easier than he did. And Ray Moylet was really annoyed at the end because he got stopped because his corner man threw in the towel. And that to me summed up why fighters need a good corner to throw in the towel and stop them going on, because he was getting battered in that 10th. Well, he would have got battered and probably knocked out badly in that 10th round. So it was a good job his corner man threw in the towel when he did. No problem. Always happy anytime, man. Appreciate the £5 goes a long way, man. Appreciate that. Always. Always appreciate that. I'll read the other comments now when we have the next break. I'm just seeing how this fight's going. The Tony Bellew scorecard, he gave Ryan Walsh the first round, but he's given Maxi Hughes a share of every other round. I'd have to concur with that. Maxi Hughes definitely finding his range. He's definitely warming into this fight. He's definitely the boss at kind of mid to long range. Now I need to see them close up, but certainly Maxi Hughes is taking the initiative in this fight. He's keeping it at a good range, fighting it the way he wants to fight it, but he's falling short with that left hand. And that was something that actually was apparent in the Smith-Moylet fight. Ray Moylet even acknowledged it in the corner, that he had absolutely no timing in there. Now that will happen with inactivity. And if you have no timing and you're learning it in the biggest fight of your career, it's a really bad thing. Because when you have no timing, the shots that you know are set up well, that are thrown well, that are thrown with some good authority, they're not going to land. And setting them up becomes a little bit harder as well, because you just, by the time the opportunity is there, you've missed it. So sometimes they need to actually just throw and hope for the best. Didn't work in the Moylet fight, but good shots go in there from Maxi Hughes again. And by the way, for anyone wondering, chances are my DAZN is going to be maybe about 30 seconds behind what's actually happening. So just bear that in mind if you are watching it, because when you're streaming from DAZN and you're doing this, it's going to slow it down. So if there's anything that happens, we'll say in the next like 30 seconds, please don't leave it in the chat. And I'll keep the people in the chat knowing about that as well. The longer this stream goes, like, don't fucking put it in the chat if something happens, because chances are mine's going to be a bit laggier because I'm doing this at the same time. Chances are it's going to be a little bit laggier. The end of the 6th round comes, and Maxi Hughes seems very comfy in there. He does. He seems very relaxed, very comfy. He's not really letting. He's looking to let the left hand go, but Ryan Walsh is doing a good job of slipping and sliding through some of them shots. A shout out to Nick, big up G-Man and the whole chat. Smash the like button on the way in. Appreciate that. If you could, I'll read a few of these other chats as we go in. Yeah, do you think I did a good job presenting last night? Brilliant. As always, Ali. Brilliant. G-Boss, baby. Yeah, big up. Let's hope the next fight is not so one-sided. Yeah. Well, this is showing Ebanie Bridges getting warmed up. I can't believe that's the co-main. How's the night going? Well, I've got my cranberry juice, so it's going well. And I've got boxing. So it's going to well. I got 2 bottles of it. I haven't opened that bottle yet, so it's going pretty well. What do I think of the card? It's good. It's been good so far. Yeah, Maxi Hughes is looking good. And salute to Jamie every time, and salute to Nick as well. Maxi Hughes, this is the first fight Maxi Hughes has had where he's had a full training camp where he's not been working. Because Maxi Hughes, up until his last fight, actually, or was it before? It might have been his last fight, or it was either this one. He'd always been training and working at the same time. I think he was a labourer or a painter or something like that. He was a labourer, basically. And he's never been able to commit to the sport full time. Even with MTK's backing, now he has that backing. And I think now, look, Maxi Hughes has already shown he's a better fighter than we originally thought, because he really didn't have any backing at one stage. Now he has the backing. Now he's got a managerial company. Now he's got a promoter. Now we're starting to see a really, really good fighter. Maxi Hughes, we did get rocked, but he got off balance more so from Ryan Walsh there. Left hand go in on the inside, but some more good boxing from Maxi Hughes. And for the last 2 years, he's just been riding a crest of a wave of success. Oh, that was a good left hand that he slipped over the top. Lazy jab went in from Ryan Walsh, and a left hand over the top from Maxi Hughes lands. Ryan Walsh took it fine. Slips a shot, Ryan Walsh, and Maxi Hughes just back moving around the ring. Having a tug, having a laugh. There you go, man. There you go. I'm hoping for the sake of the prediction lead that Walsh can go the distance. I've been the last 3 weeks I forgot to send them picks off. So this season the prediction league for me is a write off. So I'm starting afresh next season. This season's been a write off for me. I just completely forgot each time to actually send it off. I've just been busy. Judging by how I've seen this fight going so far, Nick, I'd say it's going to 12. I'd say it's going to 12. Like, Maxi Hughes is winning. He's winning these rounds comfortably. But Ryan Walsh is not taking punishment, so he should be able to get. Oh, that's a good left hand that goes in there from Maxi Hughes, to be fair. As I say it, he's not taking any serious punishment, so I'd say he should be able to go through these rounds, at least to the end, and lose on points. So I'd say you're all right with this one. I'd say you're getting your 12 round points decision for Maxi Hughes in this fight. I'd say that's exactly what you get. Oh, some good shots go in again from Maxi Hughes. He's able to find Ryan Walsh now. And the more he's able to find Ryan Walsh with big shots, the worse it's going to be for him. The more his face is going to get damaged up, and the more confidence Maxi Hughes is going to get. And I'm just looking at the way Maxi Hughes' feet are. His feet, oh, some more good shots there. The way he's bouncing up and down on them feet as well. There's a lot of spring in his step. So you can tell a fighter is in the zone. He has that spring in his step. His footwork is doing very well. And he's bouncing in. He's just kind of stepping in gradually with these shots. And he's getting out of range, and he's keeping his shape very well. And look at that, the hand position was perfect for Maxi Hughes, and it's not for Ryan Walsh. So when Ryan Walsh is looking to turn and counter Maxi Hughes, the shots are getting blocked. Maxi Hughes does the same; the shots aren't getting blocked. So excellent work for Maxi Hughes in that 7th round. Some very good boxing, for Maxi Hughes. Bridges fight happened yet? Not yet. Hers is straight after this. Yeah, hers is straight after this. The good thing about the female boxing is that it's only a 10 rounder. So it's not like it's not like we're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting, thinking oh Jesus, how long if this goes 12 rounds? It won't go 12 rounds. It's just going to be the 10 rounds, and it's going to be an X amount of time. So we should be fine with that. They're working on a cut. That's not really a cut. It's like a gash on the top of Ryan Hughes' head. It's been all Maxi Walsh or Maxi. I've been saying Maxi Hughes and Ryan Walsh. I hope I haven't been saying Ryan Hughes. I hope to God I haven't been saying that, getting the names mixed up again. But yeah, Bridges fighting next. I'd say that's a 10 rounder. I'd say that's going to go 10 rounds. Go into round 8. It's the great thing about the watch alongs as well. It makes the time go by way quicker in these fights. I always find the time in a boxing match goes by quick anyway, but when you're watching it on one of these, it just tends to just shoot through. Tends to just fly by. Maxi Hughes attacking the body straight away. The pawn out with the jab. He's taking center ring quite well. He's finding range with that jab. That jab is working very well. The right jab for Maxi Hughes. Ryan Walsh looking to come in, but he's not moving his head at all. So when he's coming in with no head movement, Maxi Hughes is finding the range even easier because the range is getting close for him. Swinging and miss from Ryan Walsh. Maxi Hughes counters to the body. Misses over the top with the left hand and goes back to the body again. Ryan Walsh just can't seem to pin Maxi Hughes down. He can't seem to get the range that Maxi Hughes has on him. So Maxi Hughes is always a punch ahead. And all he needs to do when he feels that Ryan Walsh is getting too close, he's just taking a step back, he's reassessing. Sometimes he's popping that jab out. So whenever Ryan Walsh is trying to get in, and believe me, when they get in close, some of the work that Ryan Walsh is doing is not bad, but I definitely think that Maxi Hughes is doing the much better work in this fight. Certainly for my money anyway. The much more clean, effective work coming from Maxi Hughes at the minute. And he's been winning this fight, in my opinion. Seems to be doing quite well, seems to be picking the shots very well, landing whenever he gets Ryan Walsh in there. Seems to be piecing him up a bit. That laser reel does not look full yet, which is weird. Normally it's full, like straight away, kind of when Josh Warrington's fighting. Just seeing what these guys are doing here. Maxi Hughes is just kind of keeping it at range now. Both guys are just happy to play the waiting game, it seems, in this fight. And certainly in this round, both guys not really committing to anything, just taking it easy. The jab goes in there from Ryan Walsh, lands on Maxi Hughes, but bit of a lull in the action of this 8 round, 45 seconds to go. Whoa, swing and a miss there from Ryan Walsh. Maxi Hughes looking to counter, no go. Again, looking to take the center of the ring, looking to control range. Comes in, body shot from Maxi Hughes, it leads to nothing really, and then jabs and missing again. But I can't get over how that Leeds arena does not look full at all. Maybe when the main event comes, it'll be a lot more full, but I'm used to seeing that buzzing early. Like early. That's normally when it's like boom. And they have Lee Wood on the DAZN team. I'm telling you now, if Josh Warrington wins this fight, we are going to see Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington in the summer or in the autumn. I can pretty much guarantee that's going to happen. Hope you're all good. It's good, man. It's good. We got boxing. We got 40 people in the chat. We're doing quite well. We've got about 45 now as I speak. Bridges fights Courtney for a world title and loses a couple of fights. A couple of fights later, another world title shot. I just can't take it serious. Yeah, the talent pool in women's boxing is just so. Like, you had Sky Nicholson on the undercard, and she's all right. Like, she's all right. She's a pretty decent boxer. She'll have a world title in about 5 fights. Not because she's an elite ATG boxer. It's just that the talent pool is so poor. It is just so poor. I mean, it's actually quite bizarre. Who's sexier? Sky Nicholson every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. That girl is absolutely, if she's not a 10, she's close to a 10. That's an easy one for me. That is an easy one for me. And Ebanie Bridges is all right, but Sky Nicholson is way better. That's an easy one. Give me a harder one than that, like Sky Nicholson every single day. We're into round 9 now, and these rounds are going by quick now that we're back on stream. So Maxi Hughes again. Maxi Hughes, I found, certainly in his last fight against that guy Giovanni, was it Straffon? He was a lot more. See, in this fight, he's happy to box. Now, he did box against Straffon, but for my money, he was a lot more aggressive in that fight. Like, he really pushed the action. He really, and he, as I say that, he does try and push it a bit there. I'll end after this round ends. I just want to get through the end of the round because it's different when we have a fight that I don't care about, but I do. I've actually had Maxi Hughes on this channel. I interviewed him a few years ago, and he is actually a quality guy, absolutely quality guy. Oh, some good shots going there from Maxi Hughes, and Ryan Walsh acknowledges that one of the shots got through. Has a little kind of wince in the face and almost a kind of look of how did that get through. Power punches thrown. Power punches are quite even, but Maxi Hughes landed at a far higher rate throughout the course of the fight. And whenever you see someone who's landing at a higher rate, they're normally winning. Good left hand goes in from Maxi Hughes again, able to find Brian Walsh. Maxi Hughes just backing up slightly. backing up slightly, taking a moment, looking to fate with his hands, looking to fake with some movement, and then looking to land some shots. Uppercut misses, looking to set up the uppercut on Ryan Walsh. No go. Ryan Walsh had that sussed out. Maxi Hughes, that could have been low from Ryan Walsh. But Maxi Hughes back on his bike, doesn't feel it, doesn't acknowledge it, just keeps on going. Lets a combination go from Maxi Hughes. Excellent work here. Good head movement. Good head movement to get out of range. Look to set his shots back up again. This is good boxing from Maxi Hughes now at this stage of the fight. Late on is when he looks to take a foothold on here. We've seen Maxi Hughes might not be the biggest puncher, but if he hits you, he can't hurt you. Some more good jabs landed in from Maxi Hughes. We come to the end of the ninth round. For my money, he's been winning pretty much all these rounds. Pretty much all these rounds. Ryan Walsh has been competitive. He's not really shown any signs of being fatigued or being hurt, although he walks onto a left hand there. But for my money, Maxi Hughes is taking a foothold on this fight now. He really is. Well, he pulled clear after the midway stage, but now he's solidifying it. Boxing very well. The improvements in Maxi Hughes' game have been vast over the last 2 years. This is a guy who was seen a little more as a contender, almost as a journeyman. Excellent work from Maxi Hughes again in here. Another left hand as he lands. As Ryan Walsh comes in with very little head movement from Ryan Walsh. Maxi Hughes, one thing about him is he has actually very good head movement as we get to the end of that round. Sky or Avril Mati? That's a real question. Actually, for me, it's not. I know who Avril Mati is. Yeah, she's nice, but I'd still go for Sky Nicholson. Cara pretty much. Sky, yeah, she's natural. That's exactly that. Sky Nicholson is just, there's nothing, you can tell, like, she doesn't need to try. Whereas those other girls, they need fucking everything. So Sky Nicholson for me, definitely. Easily. Watched you on Eddie's channel, big up Archie. You had Fury Klitschko close. Did I have? Oh, you have a question mark. Did I have it close? At the time, I did. At the time, I thought Fury. I thought Fury won. Even then, when I watched it first, I watched it in a pub. I remember it. But upon reflection, after that's a good example of a fight where the commentary make you score rounds that you know went to the other fighter. Because I remember Glenn McCrory had that fight close. So he had Fury winning. And there was rounds that I was given to Fury, but I ended up giving to Klitschko because I was like, well, the Sky team was saying this. So when I watched it back, I scored it. I only gave Klitschko 2 rounds, the 8th and the 12th. That was it. Every other round was Fury. Sky no aggression though, G. We're talking about in terms of her boxing. Yeah, she's not exactly easy on the eye in that regard. But in terms of her, just as in like, who would you rather? As in terms of who would you rather go like Jag basically, Bridges or Sky Nicholson? Definitely Sky. What's up, G? Maxi Hughes apparently beat up TTT before Catrell. You mean the Tartan Tornado before the Catrell fight? Oh, in sparring, you mean? It wouldn't surprise me. Maxi Hughes is a much improved fighter. So Maxi Hughes even as a sparring partner, he was a. That's what one thing Maxi Hughes used to do a lot of. He used to do a lot of sparring. He used to get him out to loads. He used to drive up and down the country. I remember him telling me just sparring in different gyms. And sparring has it's good and bad at the same time. It's great for young fighters coming through because they're getting in with some of these guys and they're learning so much from them. But at the same time, you don't want to get into a sparring partner's mentality. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys they get into sparring partner mode in the ring when they're having a real fight. And Jesse Ferguson was a good example. Great sparring partner when it came time to fight in the ring, he just couldn't bring the same level. Couldn't bring the same level. Great as a sparring partner, great in the gym. Came to the ring time, nope, no go. Oliver McCall was known for being a bit like that at one stage. Obviously, he was able to win world titles. Some more shots go in there from Maxi Hughes. Nice little exchange. Hughes gets the better of that, and Ryan Walsh has to reset himself. So some more good work. Some more good work from Maxi Hughes here as you come just just shy of 30 seconds to go in this fight. Yeah, Oliver McCall. Snap G. Yeah, now Oliver McCall was a Mike Tyson sparring partner. Actually dropped Mike Tyson, but was never seen as much in the ring. Like he was seen as another journeyman. Now, at the end of the day, he was a weak heavyweight champion, but he still was able to achieve things in the ring that more talented people didn't. Is that a cut over the just slightly over the eyebrow, Max, or not Max Hughes, the other one, Ryan Walsh? Definitely seeing still not moving his head from these jabs, staying in range and getting picked off with jabs as the end of the 10th round hits. 57 in the building now. If you could, lads, smash the like button. It would really, really help me out. Yep, there's a cool right on top of the forehead. Let's have a look at that. Hard to, can't really see that cut. To be honest with you, can't really see it there. But if you could smash the like button. Matthew commentary all the way through Taylor versus Catchell. Very interesting. Big up G man. Yeah, big up G Joy man. Every time. Every time, man. Big up. Malik Scott, another spar. Yeah, Malik Scott was a great example. Like sparring partner mentality, true and true. And Malik Scott had no heart. It wasn't just that he had, sparring partner's mentality. He just had no heart for battle. Looks like it's hard to see that cut how bad it was, but looks like they've got it. Looks like they're good to go now. There's only 2 rounds left to go in this fight. Look at all that Vaseline. Like and subscribe. Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. Like and subscribe. Big up G Man. Love Boxing TV. Doing an aftermatch show after here. Big up to you guys. I'll make sure to lock in. Beautiful boxing tonight. Did you hear Warrington on Talksport? Oh, Warren about yeah. Oh, don't say that, man. That's the second person I've had. I don't say that because I want to get you guys on. Because remember, I was saying in my stream that that's going to be a kind of continuing thing until Fury versus White. So I want to get other guys on each week, maybe more than once. Don't say that because that'll shut down that series before it's even started. People are saying that. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not, man. I'm hoping not. I'm crossing, flipping everything. We need because that would just sum up boxing, wouldn't it? If that fight gets binned or pushed back or called off or whatever, it would just sum up boxing and the shit that we have to go through. I'm crossing everything that does not happen. That does not happen. That we do get that fight. Maxi Hughes again doing some great work in this 11th round. We're nearly these rounds have flown in, lads. They really have. Oh, look at that was a great left hand that he landed through the guard. Didn't seem to bother Ryan Walsh though, but he is putting some meat on these shots now. Lovely left hand that he was able to land straight through the guard. Ryan Walsh again, the hands down a little bit low. Maxi Hughes able to find range with his jab, able to get some shots in. Misses with an uppercut. Little exchange on the inside, a bit messy. But no real authority is landing there on the inside from Ryan Walsh. Seems like in every department, Maxi Hughes has this fight figured out, and he knows he goes to 12 rounds. He goes to 12 rounds pretty much every fight. So he's able to pace himself through these. I did feel in the last fight he fought against Stratford, he was more aggressive than he was here tonight. He's just focusing more on boxing in this fight. Potentially could be thinking of what he has to deal with down the line because the Devin Haney Cambosis fight. I've seen someone say today that the zone, not that they're not interested in it, but I don't think that they'll be showing it, so it will be on ESPN if it's shown. I can't see Devin Haney fighting on ESPN, and Lomachenko ain't going to take it, so I don't know. I think that Cambosis will probably still fight in Australia, but God knows who he's going to fight. I wouldn't. No, I was going to say, would they dare give Maxi Hughes that shot? But they, no offense, disrespect to Maxi Hughes, but they wouldn't put a stadium fight on with that, would they? Would they really? But would the zone be interested in that, or would Eddie Hearn care? Maybe that's just me surmising. Iron Chin, yeah, never touched down. Don't know if he touched on this, but the main event last night, I seen it. I watched it with my friend last night. I didn't do a review on it because I was over in his house. But yeah, it was a great fight. It was competitive. Troy Williamson down in the second round. Mason Cartwright did a fantastic job, and it was a close fight. It was a very close competitive fight. And don't you know, Terry O'Connor, 117, 112, needs to change. They really need to change it. Am I staying up for Selby and Tim Zoo? I doubt it very much, mate, that I'm gonna, to be honest with you. I may, depends what time they're on at. I know they'll be on late though. I love me some cranberry juice. I may stay up for them. My picks are Tim Zoo to win and Lee Selby to get knocked out. I think Lee Selby's just the age is going to catch up with him in this fight. Yeah, I heard it was something to do with child support. Hence the reason why he went down so easy. I know he's never had a great chin, but yeah, Tony Bellew has Maxi Hughes well ahead. Yeah, I'd agree with him. One of the few times I would agree with him, but I agree with him there. I think I'd have Maxi Hughes well ahead. Even that last round I gave to Maxi Hughes, he gave to Ryan Walsh. Even that round I thought it was Maxi Hughes' round, to be honest with you, from what I've seen. Ebanie Bridges is next. That's a 10 rounder, so it's not going to be a massively long fight. You never know, she could stop her. But I would imagine, what time are we at now? I'd be very surprised if this main event starts any later than half 10, quarter to 11. Be very surprised. Half 10, I would suggest, is in around the time they'll get that main event at. Because they'll get Ebony Bridges out in the next 10 minutes. That'll be over and all. Give or take a half hour, if even. And then we'll probably get Warrington versus Kiko. So I reckon that half 10, if anyone's looking to know fight time, I reckon half 10, they'll be in the ring ready to go. Ryan Walsh needs a knockout. He's not going to get one swinging like that. Nope. He ain't going to get one swinging like that. I think for Bridges, we'll do more commentary. I haven't really been commentating on this fight, to be honest with you. But for Bridges, we'll definitely do a little bit of commentating and just see. And one of the reasons why I wouldn't probably ever get hired by any major broadcasters, I'd make real sarcastic remarks, and I would, especially with like the female fights. Just, and I know that's going to happen in this fight. I know that's going to happen in this fight. It will be fun to watch, though. I reckon some of them female fights they can actually be they can be fun to watch at some stage. Sometimes, like Katie Taylor when she fought Pursuit the first, and that was a good little scrap. That was fun to watch. Yeah, Maxi Hughes still in control. 45 seconds to go in this round. He's got this. He definitely has this. He definitely has this. It's just a case of seeing. I'm surprised again. The Leeds Arena from the eye I'm seeing it with doesn't seem full. But saying that they might be the main event. But we're at what, nearly 10 o'clock now. So I'm wondering. I'm just wondering ever so slightly. 20 seconds to go in the 12th and final rounds. No knockdowns to speak of. Oh, that was close in terms of just both fighters coming together. And there we go. Maxie Hughes on his bike. And that is pretty much that for the 12 rounds. Dalton Smith, what you say, G? Yeah, so I seen the fight, of course. Dalton Smith looked good in parts. The speed, the time, and all that looked quite good. But as I said, Ray Moylet had a lot of had momentum 3 years ago, but he's been painfully, he's had one fight in 3 years, and that went I think a minute. So his timing was off, his reflexes didn't look all there, his speed didn't look quite there, and he looked significantly smaller. So I kind of felt as though he should have done a better job than he did. He let Ray Moylet have a little bit of success early on, but ultimately he broke him down and took him out in the 10th round. Moylet was complaining about the stoppage. No issue with the stoppage personally. I felt that if if anything, it was perfect. Maybe they should have stopped it after the first knockdown, but I had no issue at all with the stoppage. That was a good stoppage from the corner because if they'd let that fight carry on, chances are Moylet would have got knocked out badly. Would have got knocked out pretty damn badly. Yeah, that was the fight. Watching Warren and Dillian White's uh, lawyer, I tend to believe Warren. I, I don't know. I don't know. But if Warren told me that the sky was, or if he told me it was raining outside, I'd go out with t-shirts and shorts on because I'd be stone cold, I'd be scorching hot. That's the kind of guy Frank Warren is. I wouldn't trust him like that. Where are we in the chat? If White is chicken an $8 million purse, $8 million with a puncher's chance to become world champions if he needs to just step aside and let Fury fight Joyce. I you know White's not chicken. I genuinely think he's just probably doing the bare minimum, hoping maybe that gets to Fury. That maybe he's thinking from a mind point of view, I'm not going to bite on any of his, mind games, and maybe he'll be thinking, I've got you now. The main event of the Probellum card, yeah, I seen it. Lewis Ritson did a good job. On Zlaticanin, Zlaticanin not the fighter he once was, certainly not. But Probellum, I like them. I like what they're doing. I think it's a very good platform. I think it's a very good concept. I'm enjoying Probellum. Only 33 likes. That all. Can we get to 50 likes, lads? There's 70 odd of you in the chat. If you could smash the like button. It is on Premier Sport. Premier Sport. It's sad in a way. Like Lee Selby, I always felt he was a bit overrated, if I'm honest. But he was a very good boxer. But they're just actually announcing the decision here. Shouldn't be anything other than a Maxi Hughes win. I'm just going to mute it and have a listen. Yeah, Maxi Hughes gets the UD. But in terms of Lee Selby, he wasn't a promoter's dream. He was a good boxer, but his style was purest style is the best way to describe it. He's not really charismatic. He wasn't a ticket seller. He was a good boxer though, still is. But for promoters, he just was never going to be. He was never going to be a fighter. Promoters were just like, I want him. So he tried to do his own thing. He went to Al Haymon, that didn't work, and it's just not worked out for him. In turn, especially at lightweight, he's not looked good at all. You crazy G, child supper. Be safe. Bellin got the scorecard right first time in his life, probably. Evening to T Lee, evening to TJ. What's up? Old tip for straightening the chin: big steak with some good chewy fat on the side. Get the jaw protein. I have heard. I remember Jack Dempsey said he used to. What was he used to chew something? I forget what he said it was, but it was to strengthen the jaw up. I heard people say that actually. Yeah. Has Coogan been to the? I'm sure he's used to. I'm sure that's part of his character now at this stage, mate. Yes, G man, flex up. I said from the start the odds were way too close. Yeah, they had. Did they have that fight close? No, it's a Premier Sport. I think is what he's fighting. I've certainly seen that. Oh, is that the UFC? I have no idea who's fighting tonight in the UFC. Dallin Smith doesn't have a chance against top 15. Yeah, like Smith isn't a bad fighter, and he has ability there. There's things about Dalton Smith I do like, but in that fight, he should have won that fight a lot easier than he did. Way easier. That's actually a good question. That's something I want to say. If anyone is actually watching both cards, feel free to let me know how the Sky card is going, because obviously I could, if I really wanted to. I'm not gonna, but I could put the TV on over there and watch the Sky card at the same time. But I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because I'll be kind of looking between two, and I don't want to do that. I could try. I'm sure I could, but I'm a man. I can't multitask. What do you think of Pat McCormick made his pro debut? He looked okay, but that guy was garbage. Like, here's the thing, right? When you're an Olympian turning over, don't do what Eddie Hearn did and put Kamal Yafai in there. Well, fast track Kamal Yafai, because that guy he fought wasn't great, but if he's going to be moving up, he was still able to get tagged. But Pat McCormick fought a guy who was 38 years old, folded the first sign of trouble. I did see it, looked all right, but I genuinely think Pat McCormick. I don't. Yeah, he's turned over a little bit on the late side, but I think he's talented. I think he can do things, but he needs to fight better opposition than that. He can afford to go in there. Rangers or Celtic, neither, to be honest with you, mate. Neither, to be honest. I couldn't give a rat's about either, to be honest. Which I don't really. Like I follow football, but not like that. And I don't really watch Scottish football, so I've no preference between the two. To be honest with you, one of the most unbiased boxing taters in the sport. I can't stand some of BT and Sky commentary so biased. Yeah, Sky actually aren't as bad now that Eddie Hearn's left. It used to be almost unbearable listening to their commentary at some stage. It's kind of gotten a bit better now. BT Sport. Oh, is that the guy? Is that the guy? I thought it was something else. Why did I think it was something else? If that's it, I thought it was. I know there's a UFC card on tonight. I thought it was that you were talking about. But yeah, Daniel Lamosas. Yeah, he. I. Funny enough, I did see him. I seen a couple of his fights on YouTube. I watched him. He's very crude. He is. So Lee Selby will probably winning this fight early on, but he seems to have power. He's happy to try it, and he's physically quite big for that weight. And Lee Selby is not. He's not big. He's not a big lightweight. He can be bullied at that weight. I'm convinced. The fights in Argentina, it's tough to get a decision down there. Lee Selby would need a KO. Well, Lee Selby's brother, it was a few years ago now. I think it was 2018, 2018, 2019. He had to travel to Mexico to fight Martinez, Julio Cesar Martinez, and he got a fast 10 count. He was going to lose that fight anyway. But the first knockdown he had, he got a fast 10 count. The referee was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, done. Yeah, I Selby was big at that weight. Yeah, but I don't ever think he was badly drained as say like people made it out to be, or he made it out to be. I think that he was actually probably all right sticking around there a little bit longer. But I guess he needed. I guess for Lee Selby bigged himself up going into that Josh Warrington fight. He was really dismissive of Josh Warrington. So for him, he needed any excuse he could get. So for him to say, well, I'm not even a 130 pounder, I'm a 135er, maybe for him that was his way of getting around it, like mentally cushioning the blow. I'll move up 2 weight divisions so they know I wasn't spoofing. Give me a second, I want to actually add something to this stream. Forgot about this. There you go. Look at that. Subscribe. So if you haven't already, you've got subscribe to G-Man Boxing in the link, in the little banner at the bottom. Just in case. Just in case, lads. Just in case. So, we've a bit of a lull in the action. So we've got Bridges next. That's going to be interesting. And she's going to get the decision. It's in Leeds. Where's the piss bottle? It's right here, mate. Cranberry juice. There you go. Dunstore's finest. Always better value. It's over there. Yeah, best intro around. I like the nobby, the nub, the nubbly of a British fighter fighting in Argentina. I'm sure if you ask Lee Selby, he wouldn't take that. He'd probably want to fight it in the UK. He may on his own show. Cambosis look good against him, but take that for what it is. Yeah, I think George Cambosis, when he fought Lee Selby, he made that fight. I think it was too soon, personally. I think that fight was too soon in Cambosis' career. And I think if you had the Cambosis who fought Teofimo Lopez against Lee Selby on that same night, chances are he'd have stopped Lee Selby. I remember George Cambosis, no one knew who he was going into that Lee Selby fight, or a lot of people didn't know who he was. I'd known who he was from the Mickey Bay fight, but and I picked him to win Lee Selby to win that fight actually. But if you had told me after that fight, because I remember he was mandatory for Lopez, if you told me after that fight that he would have went on to beat Lopez, and in the fight the way they did, I was like, what? I would have laughed clean in your face. Did you see what I did? Yeah, Frank. I seen what Hatman was saying, and I think I agree with Hatman that some people what they do is they just shout. Piers Morgan is a prime example. When he's having a debate with someone and someone gives him a good answer, he just kind of gets loud. He steers he chucks something in there that really means nothing, but it makes the other person look like something. So you did you advise your fighter to do that and just kind of BS like that? Ring walks for the next fight are happening. A general fighter fighting at Rome, and an Argentinian fighter fighting in the UK. Remember Martin Murray? Yeah, I remember that fight. I remember that fight very well. Did the blonde? No, she's fighting now. Yeah. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I know. I know. Oh, I know. I know why he's doing it as well. He's doing it because Bridges is a big Leeds fan. So, Leeds and Leeds. Leeds World Title 1, Leeds World Title 2. So Bridges against Kiko for the win tonight. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think that Thing is going to take that Warrington is going to win. Hatman talking about Warren is always great fun. Yeah, but Frank Warren is such a dislikable, dishonest man. He's a horrible man. The Pierce Morgan of boxing. That is Frank Warren. The Pierce Morgan of boxing. And Frank Warren's history is so bad. Tie-end boots, French fan club. We are here. Big up Dylan White's big coat. Yeah. Tie-end boot did the live stream last night. I didn't even get a chance. I was out with my friend last night, so I didn't get a chance to lock in. Didn't get a chance to actually get a shout out. Warren, yeah, he is. He definitely is. Ho ho ho, he is. Perfect opportunity to take a pee break. Big up to Nordic as well, by the way. I didn't catch your stream last night, but big up to Nordic as well. I would love a Kiko win. Got Kiko at 315. Don't trust Warrington's chin. That's my biggest thing about this fight as well, mate, is I don't trust Warrington's chin. I really don't trust his chin either. And I don't think he does. And I don't think he has the most confidence in it either. Yeah, I reckon as well. I reckon it'd be something like that. I reckon exactly. She's got Mark Tibbs in her corner now, does Bridges, but I reckon it's going to be something like that. Like a decision that you just know that should have went the other way. Crack open the second bottle. By second bottle, I mean carton. The old cranberry juice. This is my Echo Falls, lads. This is literally my Echo Falls. And obviously, I don't really drink a lot of alcohol anyway. But maybe for one of these watch alongs, I get a few bottles in and just see how I react to some kind of things like that. See how that goes. But for now, we're drinking the cranberry juice. The cranberry juice is nice. That's fresh as well. I only got that today. Make sure to go do some watch along shopping. West Cork. Evening greetings, G-Man. Evening to you. Evening to West Cork. I've never been to West Cork. I've only been to the city. I've been to Cope, been to Kinsale and Little Island, and that's all kind of in around the same area. Cove is a little bit more out there, but I've never been to West Cork. Skibbereen and all are out there, I think, in the west side of Cork. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Loads of that's fact, man. That is facts. If you could, lads and lassies, if you could smash the like button, please help your boy out. 100 in the building. How many likes we on actually? I'm just curious. 96 in the building, and 51 likes. We got past 50 likes. I'll take that. I'll take that. We got past the 50 like barrier. But we're doing well tonight. We're doing well tonight. We're doing well tonight. We've seen some good fights on. There's been some fun little scraps on this card. I have to say, I've seen some fun little scraps on this card. And shout out to Chris Mason every time. Next stream, AV, some wine, G, man. Ah, man. I don't really see. I like wine, but I very seldom drink it. Like, there's loads of wine in my house, but I never drink any of it. But, no, I think if I do a next stream, I'll bring just a few bottles of beer or something. I've always wondered, is that the Chris Mason from ITV? Like the Chris Mason, the darts player? Because I know he's a big boxing fan, and that is the actual Chris Mason. I'm like, holy shit, because I like Chris Mason, the commentator. I think he's one of the best around in darts. Whenever I see him come up in the stream, I'm always like, is that the real Chris Mason? Is that actually the Chris Mason from ITV and from Darts TV and the former dart player? I always wonder about that. AV some wine. if they did it in Ireland, because I've try as hard as I have, I can never get Echo Falls here. I couldn't literally could never get Echo Falls in this country, and it costs like you can get it from Germany, and it costs like 50 quid for a couple of bottles. So I was like, no thanks. I've been told it's crap, but I would do one of these like live watch alongs with a bottle of Echo Falls to see what it's like. Big ups, big up to Chris Mason, Tie Boots #1 fan. Sure as hell give him enough, don't they? I got some good intros because of Tie Boot. Can you let us know when then rounds start? As in, like when the main event is, or when this fight starts? What time is it now? It is right. So it's 5 to 10 now, and the fight's going to start now. I reckon this is a 10 rounder. Well, it's going 10 rounds. So you're talking 10 rounds, 20 minutes because it's 2 minute rounds, isn't it? And I would be very surprised if it's not half 10, quarter to 11 main event time. Half 10, quarter to 11, I reckon. Echo Falls on a split. Yeah, yeah, big up the tie boot. Wine, I a pine. Or no, no cider, no cider. Honestly, like I would literally just come get some Moretti's or Guinness. I'll show you how to pull it. I'll show you how to actually do a can of Guinness and make it come out good. Because there's a way you can do it. There's two ways you can do it actually. Make a can of Guinness come out real good, which I will show you if I have any. You're not meant to pour it as normal. You're meant to literally like hold it, and sometimes you're actually meant to squeeze the can and just kind of gradually bring it up. You'll actually have a nice head on the can of Guinness, and it'll come out a lot nicer. It's a little tip we have over here. Dan Aziz just one stoppage. Dan Aziz is I was amazed how good he looked against Jose Burton last time. Amazed because I thought he beat Jose Burton, but I didn't. I thought it'd be a competitive kind of fight. Nip and tuck Burton would have his successes. The way he was just able to beat the crap out of Burton with ease, I was like, "Where's that? Where did this come from?" So him winning again, and I'm not watching the React 4 fight. I could put it on, but I don't want to be going back and forth between the two. So I settled on this one. It was the first one, and this is the one I'm doing with Cecilia Roman. That's an Argentinian in the UK, as someone said earlier. In the third round, the third. People keep commenting about that. I don't. The third round. Every time I say third, they're like, "You mean the third?" R.I.P. Hagler. The R.I.Ps are coming out. Am I Ireland or Ulster? Dublin. So the Republic, definitely. I'm in at the start of each round, so I'm in sync. Oh yeah, yeah, because I'm probably behind by about 30 seconds, mate. So literally, they are having their face to face, and the referee is giving the instructions now. So I'm gonna, well, the minute this first round starts, you will know. You will know. But they are literally getting their instructions. Touch gloves, and I'll let you know. David Diamante in there. David Diamante. Oh, ladies looking across. Referee's ready. Boom, here we go. First round. Bridges straight away with the jab. Bridges did not look good in her last fight. Her last fight, she scraped the decision. She threw a right hand in the third round and ended up breaking it. Will that injury flare back? Or has that injury fully healed? Roman establishing the jab early on. Bridges looking to get her shots off. But Roman doing a good job tucking up. Bridges looking to hit, but she's hitting gloves. Needs to be careful with that. You need to sometimes throwing shots and not land, but a shot gets through over the guard if actual Roman there. Bridges again looking for opportunities to land. Throwing some shots out, snapping them out. Jabs hitting gloves, but some right hands go in from Ebanie Bridges, looking at some of them get through the guard. Bridges trying to get the uppercuts in on the inside. Good punch for Bridges has always been the uppercut. She has a good, powerful uppercut. We've seen that before from her. We've seen her stop Beck Connolly with that uppercut as well. And again, more jabs from Bridges. Roman just tucking up, coming in, not moving her head, not throwing. Bridges Although maybe not all of these shots are getting through, some body shots get in there. It's a good eye for the judges. She's outworking her opponent now at this stage. Some shots come in from Roman. Another good hook comes in from Bridges. Again, snapping the head back of Roman. Cecilia Roman's not really doing much in this first round. 45 seconds to go. These women's fights go by very, very quick. It's a good start from Ebanie Bridges. Doesn't want to throw too much too soon, because that was the problem against what was her name, Gangaloff. That she threw too much too soon, broke her hand, and then was quite tired by the end of the fight. Needs to be careful. Needs to watch her defense as well. It's always been something that Bridges had issues with. That eye swelled up very badly against Shannon Courtney last year. Doesn't want to repeat of that, but some good work again in this first round. Outworking her opponent. Trying to get some shots in from Roman, doesn't do anything. Bridges looking strong in this first round. Some more body shots come in. Lands some more hooks on the inside from Ebanie Bridges. Fighting a very good, very smart fight in this first round. Mark Tibbs doing a good job with her by the looks of things. Not let her opponent have a chance to breathe. Good first round for Ebanie Bridges. G-Man with the donating. He's got the bag, hasn't he? He's always there, isn't he? Shout out to Tyann Boot. Diamante's new phrase, I broke my back. Spinal. What? Spinal. Hello, pose. There is something about this channel extremely sexually what the body of a woman in the boxing industry, examining the boxing of a woman. Bridges, there's not a lot really to examine about her. He's got the bag, any. Yeah. I have to catch up on those lives that Tyann did. I wonder will he do a live tonight if Bridges wins or loses. I always look forward to a Tyann live. All right, second round's just started. 5 seconds into it. Bridges again looking the jab. Cecilia Roman looks to be moving her head a bit more, staying out of range, not just charging forward this time and actually looking to use her jab, which is something she wasn't doing in the first round. But Bridges again opens up with some combinations, body shots. Needs to be careful of her defense. Although there's not much coming back, her hands are down very low and she's swinging into a lot of these shots. So if Roman can get her timing and can get her angles right, she technically could be able to land some shots in retaliation. And Bridges, she's shown a decent chin in her career, Ebanie Bridges. She hasn't shown that she can be really seriously hurt anyway. But she has got swelled up by Shannon Courtney last year. That eye injury. And again, outworking her opponent in this second round. It's a bit better for Roma. She's not getting outworked as bad as she was in the first. But she's moving a lot. She's moving her head a lot, but not doing that. And the Bridges again, right hand through the guard. Land some more shots, some body shots going from Ebanie Bridges. They will tell after a while. Bridges needs to be careful of her own guard, but there's nothing coming back at the same time. Some more shots go in from Ebanie Bridges. Outworking her. Another shot go in on the inside. Uppercuts land. Roman is doing a very good impression of a heavy bag, but she's not doing a very good impression of a boxer at this minute in time. She needs, maybe she's hoping that Bridges tires herself out. Very dangerous plan in a female fight because the rounds are nowhere near as long. Too defensively. Someone's saying she's defensive. She's too defensive. You know, you're not going to win a fight being defensive when your opponent is as offensive as this. Yes, the shots aren't landing for the most part from Bridges, but she's outworking you exponentially. The judges will remember that. And you're fighting. Roman has 0 stoppage wins. Well, there you go. So she really needs to fight fire with fire, I'm afraid, because she's not really going to likely counter Ebanie Bridges and stop her. She's going to need to fight fire with fire, and she's not doing that, but she's trying to exchange at the end of the round. I know, yeah. Like, I see Nordic there. I know. I know. I know. To complete. He could have to create. I know, man. I thought you were on about the thought you were on about the WTF videos. Have to create an account and sign in every time I want to view box on box rec. No, I always lets me sign in every time unless you clear your history. If you clear your history, it'll do that. But I've always shit. Hope I didn't leave the chat there. No, we're good. Sorry, people. It wasn't even StreamYard. It was my own fault. I keep getting notifications from one of my element groups, and I literally went to click on a comment, like one of the comments on here. Now it was literally an email, a text came through, and as I went to click on the comment, the fucking opened up elements, so it knocked me out of StreamYard. But look, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. And again, like I'm watching this third round here. There's like 30 seconds to go in this third round, and Bridges is she's in control. You know, she is in complete control in this fight. Although saying that, Roman coming back a little bit in this round. She's coming back a little bit in this round. She's been a bit more active. Lands a left hook on the inside. Bridges seems to swell very easy. Like a lot of shots that are coming through, they're not really landing with full authority. Look at that swing and the miss. But she seems to swell up already. Like it's the strangest thing. Ebanie Bridges does seem to really kind of swell quite badly in there. If I wanted to go for one of them, all I do is I would literally just come off and just that be that. I wouldn't come off. I'd just like mute it and just put it on thing. Legend has it if you turn on the zone, you can see in it. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, man. But hopefully, hopefully Bridges can get the stoppage. That's what I'm hoping in this fight. My legs are getting fucking stiff as fuck like that. Hopefully Bridges can get a stoppage. If she can get a stoppage, take some shots though. Has to be said in that third round, but she's still doing what she wants to. If she can get a stoppage, we can get to the main event sooner. There you go. There you go. We can get to the main event sooner. So into round 5 we go. Oh, was it round 5? That was round 4. Into round 4. So let's see. Roman did absolutely zilch in the first 2 rounds, and Bridges is starting to take a march on her. So Bridges comes out. She's looking to box more in this round by the looks of things because she's keeping her jab. She's actually using her feet to keep out of range. Lands another right hand there. Gets through the guard of Roman. Roman tucking up again, trying to stop some of these shots coming through, but they're all getting through. She's keeping her guard up, but she's blocking these shots, but she's not doing anything in retaliation. She's not punching with Bridges. She's not getting in range, set up any shots. She is literally just holding them up. The zone don't even show it in Australia. Yeah, you've got a bad deal there. You get the yap, but you don't get a lot of the fights. Yeah, this is the worst world title I ever seen in women's boxing. It's still not as bad as this fight here isn't as bad as what Natasha Jonas. That was a world title fight. That was BS. That girl couldn't fight. At least this girl lands a shot there. At least this girl can actually land shots when she wants to, albeit like she's struggling, but at least she can actually try. At least she's actually like trying to actually do something in there. Whereas that girl that Natasha Jonas fought, that was just painful, painful. We come to the end of the 4th round. More body shots go in from Bridges. Lands another hook to the head. Roman misses with a left hook. Yeah, Bridges. Oh, right hand goes in from Ebanie Bridges just the end of the round. Fighting too close. They need to take a step back. Yes, they do. They definitely do. I agree with Nick there. That's pretty much spot on. That's pretty much a spot on comment. If you were in Australia, you'd cry. Yeah, they're really missing out. Yeah, there are levels into levels. Like Bridges has a leaky enough defense, but offensively, she's dominating this fight. Like she is absolutely dominating this girl offensively. She's won every round for my money. Won every single round for my money. She's going to get a scare. I doubt it. What an Indian summer for Kiko. Yeah, Kiko's had a serious Indian summer, mate. It's been that Kiko was one of those guys where he just lives the life constantly. He's a consummate professional. So he's been able to have great longevity in his career. And I like Kiko Martinez. I think he's cool. I think he's a good. I remember when he knocked out Bernard Dunn here back in the day. I think that was 2008, 2009. And Dunn was like Ireland's like AJ. Like he was huge here. And Kiko knocked him out in the first round. That was mad. That was for a European title. And Kiko had hair back then. Into round 5 we go. E-I-E-I-O. Free G Man's hairline. I don't worry about the hairline because I know I can just get it transplanted if it gets bad. Like most of my friends are receding, so we're all talking about just over the turkey. There you go. If it gets bad, there we go. That'll sort that out. Do a Lewis Hamilton. He was receding bad years ago. Look at him now. So again, Bridges again, all over her opponent in this round. Her opponent has very little to answer to. They're staying way too close together. Way too close together. But Bridges like that, able to take center ring again, using her jab. Her jab is falling very short. Very short. Like she's not putting any emphasis in that jab at all. Don't need the hairline. He's got the bag. There you go. No, no, no. If it gets any worse, then yeah, I'll just get an old. Me and my friends were already talking about that. And one of my friends is like obsessed with like if it goes any further, we're going to I think Turkey. And one of my friends is a barber, so he can sort us out in that way. So that's why I don't worry too much about it. But worst case scenario, you can always just get the implant. Talk about implants while this is happening. Bridges is going to gas at this rate. That's the thing. Like she's throwing an awful lot of shots. Whoa! I thought she got rocked there for a sec. But she's throwing an awful lot of shots. Like, and she's still got 4 rounds to go. That's a good shot from Ebanie Bridges. Goes in through the guard. But I don't see. I don't know. I don't see her gassing to be honest. Which I think she's all right. She's got what 5 rounds after this. Growth hairstyle. This man has because he has the bag. Yeah, he's got. I've got that bag, don't I? I won't have the bag if I keep going if I get over to the UK and places like that. Because that's the next plan. Go over to a couple of shows in the UK. UK is dear. It's cheap to fly over, but it's dear for accommodation if you're staying for a couple of days like I do. And you don't want to stay in the Premier, you want to stay in a nice hotel. It's dear. It's fucking dear. That's why YouTube helps out big time with pocket money. YouTube helps out with pocket money big time. Airline's been going for a while. Yeah, mine's kind of been the same the last few years, but if and when it gets any worse, it's just a case of just we can fix that. Martinez wins. I'm sure we could win. Yeah, the sidearm on that level. Dublin is dear. Yeah, I know it is. It's very dear. I like the Travel Lodge. Prices are a bit better. I like the Premier Inn better than Travel Lodge personally. If I stay for a short trip, I'd always do Premier Inn. Um, shocker. They've got Shannon Courtney commentating on this fight. Is Eddie Hearn still working with her? Really? Shannon Courtney commentating on this fight gave every round to Bridges. They'll try and do that rematch. Wait and you see. That'll be a main event at Fight Camp. Wait and you see. They'll try and do Courtney versus Bridges too. But Bridges again, back on her jab, looking for shots, trying to outwork her opponent. Bridges 100% going to win this fight. 100%. But I can't believe they have Shannon Courtney on commentary. I can't believe Eddie Hearn's still working with her. I mean, Shannon Courtney is not even particularly a ticket seller, I wouldn't imagine. And she's not a popular fighter. I just don't understand it. When I go to Ireland, I hire a car and take a tent. That's actually a good plan. That's a good idea. It depends where you're going in Ireland. If you're going to the West Coast, yeah. Not if you're staying in Dublin. There's not really any place to camp. More shots on the inside from Ebanie Bridges. Good. To be fair, like she's finding holes in Roman's guard, getting through, but she's using a lot of energy. And she's got another what? 4 rounds after this? No way would Lenny Henry stay in Travel Lodge. Big up Lenny Henry. I remember them Premier Inn ads with Lenny Henry in them. I found something small time. The bill. And Bridges still, right hand goes in from Bridges. But this girl is taking it. Like she's taking everything every Bridges throws at her, to be fair. As retaliating with her own shots. So she's doing what she needs to. Having a little exchange on the inside, another round for Bridges. Premier Inn is not Hilton, mate. Paris, France. Premier Inn ain't Hilton, but it does the job. For a day trip, it does the job. I wouldn't stay in it if I was staying for days. Thoughts on the Skype wanker? Can? But apparently he's going to have an interim fight, and Ben Shalom was saying looking at Kell Brook in the rematch. So can't have an interim fight and then fight Kell Brook. I don't think that's going to help, but hey, oh, each their own. I would advise him to retire. Lenny Henry looked comfortable in those beds, even right in the middle of a busy station. Yeah, I remember those ads. They were Lenny Henry. They were funny. Courtney, the Shirley from EastEnders faced assassin. That's the next thing, man. She is going to be. Well, his punt positions was never there, to be honest with you, mate. If someone said that React Poor is walking to the ring now, let me know how his fight goes. If anyone is watching that, let me know exactly how his fight goes. That's why I don't like it when they clash these cards together. You know, I've already planned on watching this card long before, so that was the plan. And they put the React Poor fight on the same night, and I would have liked to have seen that because I think React Poor is all right, but I wanted to watch this fight. Well, not this specific. If I wanted to watch this card, I should say. More shots going in from Bridges. Her opponent has no real answer. Like her offense is shockingly poor. Yeah, she's getting some shots in on Bridges. Bridges knows nothing on them. Can get in, get out, land my shots, slip to the side in a few of these shots, and then go back to work. And that is literally all she's been doing. Just going to work, throwing her own shots. She looks a lot better than she did last time, to be fair, against Gangelov. But her opponent, I mean, imagine that. She fought Gangelov at what? The Warrington Lara card. And Gangelov was brought in as an opponent. This is a world champion. She's having a much easier time. Like the discrepancy from talent in women's boxing is so bizarre. It really is. That you could be fighting someone who's perceived to be a journeyman and have a much harder fight than a world champion. It's crazy. And Bridges doing some good work in here on the inside anyway. I really would have thought her work rate would have takes a little shot coming back. Again, the defense on Bridges isn't really there. But she's doing enough, outworking her opponent in every stretch. Good uppercut on the inside again from Bridges. This girl takes it all right. She can take a few shots. She's been doing that all fight. She's been getting hit from every angle from Ebanie Bridges. As we come to the end of the 7 rounds, we go into the 8th round next. Easy Hotels. I never heard of them. I don't want to. They don't sound it. Is this fight live on your earphones, please? Anyone, please? It's not. Like, well, I'm watching it live, but I'm not. I have no commentary. I'm the commentator. Can anyone remind what the zone charge for these days? It's $7.99, so £8 a month. She took it already. As they flash to Sky Nicholson and Ade. Shout out to Ade every time. The thing I find weird about it, like he is obsessed with having Sky Nicholson on all these shows, like whether it's a pundit or whether it's as a fighter. I just find it bizarre. Like, I mean, why? Like, don't get me wrong, she's a pretty girl, like and all that. She's cool, but every other fight, every other card he has her on. It's really weird. But shout out to Ade doing his thing with the zone, and he's very good at doing it. Like he's one of the few guys I've no issue with him being on the zone because he knows what he's doing. He's good at his job. Yeah, everyone always comments about them. Eddie Hearn's barber deserves a title shot. He could probably get that guy a title shot if he wanted to. God knows what kind of sway he has with some of these sanctioned bodies. Sky is a Star Wars. So again, we're into the 8th round now. We're near the end. We're near the end. Ade is a legend. He is. Shout out to Ade Oladipo every single day. Every time. Every time. So we're into round 8. It's been one-sided. It's been fairly one-sided this fight. We're near the end. Bridges is not going to get a knockout. This girl can take a shot. She can't deliver the shot, but she can definitely take one. Bridges has thrown nearly 450 punches. Landed left hook there. She's landed 145 shots. Her opponent is landing at a higher connect rate. Is throwing less. Whoa! Shot there goes in from her opponent. Bridges has no defense. She literally got no defense. Multicolored earphones. Yeah. The reason why I use earphones in the watching longs is because I need a charger going to that at any time. So I can't physically use my normal plug-in mic, which I would like to do because it sounds a lot better. But it is what it is. Real messy fighting on the inside here from both girls. And again, Bridges, like, she should thank her lucky stars this girl can't punch. Because if this girl could punch, Bridges is so leaky with her defense, she would get knocked out pretty quick if one of these girls had any way decent power. Some more shots go in from Bridges as we come to the end of round number 8. 10 seconds to go in this round. Both girls working on the inside. And Bridges lands with a big combination there. I thought she hurt her opponent there for a second, but no. Still standing strong, still standing tall as we get to the end of the round. So 2 rounds to go. And I would imagine the main event, we're not too far off it, lads. We wouldn't be too far off the main event. Yeah, Jamie Mitchell, none of them girls are beating Jamie Mitchell at that weight. None of them are. Yeah, Bridges has no... Oh, Josh Warrington with the Reyes gloves on. That's interesting. He normally uses winning gloves. So he's warming up. His fight is next with Kiko. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this fight goes. I'm more interested to see how Warrington's chin's going to hold up. That's going to be the interesting part of this. How many we got? 125 in the building. If you could, if anyone hasn't already subscribed, please give your boy a sub. Hit the subscribe button and smash the like button as well. How many likes we got in the building? 61. So I have 127 in the chat, only 61 likes. If you could smash the like button, it does help. G man, are you taking creatine? No. I haven't taken. I have creatine, but I never use it. I have it, but I never use it. You're in love with Sky Nicholson. Fair play. Good to know. Yeah, well, here's the thing, mate. I would imagine a lot of these non-punchers probably have hand issues. Both these girls swinging in the center or swinging at the ropes. I'd imagine a lot of those non-punchers would have hand issues because winning gloves are basically they keep your hands safe. They're the best for doing that. So I'd imagine that's probably why they use them. Because obviously, if you were lacking a bit of pop, you'd use an Everlast or you'd use a Denaro glove. Warrington has Reyes. I don't particularly like Reyes. Personally, I find them a very uncomfy glove. I think that people like Pacquiao made them famous. They used them for a while. But I don't like them personally. I find them very uncomfy to use. I think that Denaro, Reyes, and there's a company called, well, they changed their name, but there is a company called MXN. I forget what they're called now, but they did a great puncher's glove. Great puncher's glove. 30 seconds to go in round 9. Like, this is literally Bridges' fight to win. She has this pretty much by a landslide, it would appear. I can't see how Roman would win this fight. G-Man, can you get sponsorship on your channel? Yeah, I can. Like, I have loads of emails from people asking me what I like to promote this, what I like to promote that, and I'm just too lazy. Well, not lazy. It's not that I'm lazy. I just don't bother getting back to them because I don't know. I like my channel as it is. I don't want to be making videos thinking, oh, I want to get a sponsor and they pay me. I like doing it as is. And I've never really seen anything that they've offered. Like some betting companies, not big ones, have come through to me about running stuff. Some other ones have as well. So like I don't know. I have an email that came in yesterday from someone looking to sponsor the channel, and maybe I'll give it a look. And still or and new, do you reckon on this Bridges fight? Don't watch the zone myself. And you definitely. Denaro. They were the gloves Maxi Hughes was wearing. They are extremely expensive. They're extortionately expensive. But they're a good puncher glove. They're like over $1,000. But Denaro, it's D-A-R, sorry, N-A-R-D-I-O. D-I-O. Denaro. I think they're Italian. And yeah, they're very good, but they're very extremely expensive. Like you're talking well over $1,000 for a pair. And I hear they're not built to last. His fight is boring as hell. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much, to be honest with you, mate. Some of Riyadh Port's fights have been good, but some of them have been very lackluster. Some of them very lackluster. We're in the 10th round, so the next fight is Martinez. Thank God for that. Thank the good Lord for that. We want Martinez next. That's what I want anyway. So I'm surprised Bridges hasn't been able to dent this girl, to be honest with you. The amount she's used Lonsdale gloves cheap. I don't like Lonsdale gloves. I've used them. Well, I've worn them. I didn't like them. You know a feel of a glove straight after you use them. I've actually done reviews of gloves on this channel. I should actually put them in a playlist. Um, Flies are my go-to glove. They're my glove of choice. I love them. Absolutely love fly gloves. 40 seconds to go in this round. I can't believe Bridges is going to be a world champion. She is. She is going to be a world champion. She's not been in there much. This girl hasn't really done anything. This girl, Roman. Like Bridges, to be fair, has done what she's needed to do. She's outworked her opponent. But Jesus, this Roman girl is garbage. You try Grant, a rival. I do. I would say yes to trying Grant, but I don't know if they were real. I don't know if they were real, like proper Grant gloves that you could buy, or were they just kind of a knockoff. As for rival, yeah, I have tried rival. I think they're okay, but they wouldn't be for me. They're not a glove I'd use. They're not. Oh, Bridges getting tagged up, but the fight ends, and Bridges is going to be a world champion. I've never used a punch machine. Yeah, Bridges definitely got this. Definitely got this. Your kickboxing amateur, they use Hayabusa in training as they have double wrist lock. Yeah, a lot. Both girls are hoisted up. Bridges won that fight definitely. Bridges definitely won that fight. For kids, I wouldn't really know. I don't have any kids. I used to train in the pro gym, so I wouldn't know about that. Hayabusa, I never heard of them. I've never heard of them. Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Thanks for the live from New Zealand. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to John Higgins from New Zealand locking in. It's pretty crazy to think like some of the places where people watch my videos from. It's pretty crazy. Like I've at this minute in time, right? I have 6,857 subscribers. Like pretty much there's towns in Ireland, big towns that don't have as many people in it as I do subscribers. And I'm hoping that hopefully before the main event we can get that up to closer to 6,900. I'd flip and love it. So I'm hoping for a bit of controversy in the main event. Because controversy sells, so I'd be like, yes, I can do some videos on that. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm hoping like maybe when the main event comes, when the numbers start to really shoot through the roof in terms of the watch along. So we shall see. But Martinez, Warrington, definitely next. When does the fight start? What time are we at? I'd say 15 minutes, mate. I'd say 15 minutes. Chris is from Barcelona. Shout out. What's up, fight man? Tip in the house. Warrington. Warrington UD. That's my tip. Warrington UD. I can't see it going any other way than that. Warrington UD. I if you depending on the odds on Kiko, maybe it might be worth sticking a cheeky fiver on him by stoppage. Cheeky fiver. Let's have a listen to these scorecards. So Bridges is world champion. UD. Bridges has her world title. There you go. So Ebanie Bridges, now a world champion. Take a second to smash the like button if you could, lads. Please help your boy out. And of the 140 in the building, if you've not already subscribed, please do. Please do. No Tipperary in the house. God knows. Sonny from Wales, big up. Was from the Wizard of never even heard of that. Bridges has the IBF. I find that women's IBF title looks nicer than the males. The blue color scheme actually kind of works on it. So she is world champion. So the main event, I'd say 15 minutes. I'd say no more than 15 minutes. They'll do a kind of quick preview, and then we'll be into the main event. I would imagine. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. I'd say 15 minutes and we're into the main event. 15 minutes and we're there. I didn't listen. Obviously, I don't have the commentary on, so I'm doing my own commentary. So I can't imagine Shannon Courtney's commentary was amazing. I wouldn't have imagined that, to be honest with you. I could have pictured what Shannon Courtney was like on commentary. They'll do that rematch this year, definitely. They will definitely do that rematch this year at some stage. I'm 100% convinced of that. That's what Eddie Hearn wants to do. 100%. Mr. Burns, are you Charles Montgomery Burns or Gordon Burns? Bam Gardner versus Bridges. Well, they wouldn't do that. They're miles apart in weight, and Bam Gardner would KO Bridges definitely. They're miles apart. I think Bam Gardner is what, like two weight divisions above her. So yeah, they wouldn't do that. No way. What has Lee Wood been like on commentary or as a pundit? I've only seen him briefly at the start of the show. What's he been like the whole way through? Has it been good? Has it been what way has it been? Still has some. You can still see a few of the little kind of tears, not tears, but little markings from the Conlon fight. That Conlon fight would have took it out of Lee Wood. That Conlon fight would have absolutely took it out of Lee Wood. But Bridges getting interviewed, world champion. So she got her belt. Campbell Hatton looked better in his last fight. To be fair, we'll need to see how he goes. Is he fighting on Conor Ben's undercard? Isn't he? Or is he's fighting on another card? I know that, but he's they need to work on that kid. The kid's pretty poor, but the more they work on it, the better he'll end up being. Well, I still think his. You see my question, pal? Answer, please. What's your question, mate? Type it in the chat. What I'll ask. What's your question? React Port just put Ghost on the canvas. I could put that fight on over there, the React Port fight, but I don't want to be going back and forth between the chat to this, to that, to that. So Bridges is getting interviewed. Give me a second. Yeah, so I would say no more than 15 minutes, lads. No more than 15 minutes. We will have main event time. They'll probably get that fight just done real quick. G-Man, you often mention your subscribers. Do you make a living from this channel, or are you not there yet? Not there yet, man. Not there yet. Not there yet. Not there yet. But it's we're not there yet, but it's good pocket money. Put it like that. It's good pocket money. It doesn't say subscribe for live views, mate. It's live watch along. So we're not watching the fight. I'm watching it, giving my 2 cents on it. If I put links or anything like that in here, this channel will get in trouble. So a live watch along is what I do. Whenever there's big fights on, I just watch the fight, give my 2 cents on it, but we don't show footage of the fight. No footage of the fight. Because they don't play around with that kind of thing. They'll shut your channel down fairly quick. You'll get there. Exactly. Like the last put it like this, right? If you're unemployed in Ireland and it was pre-2020, what you would have made in a month from unemployment benefits, I would have made more from the last. I would make more each month from YouTube than you would on unemployment. Put it like that. Now a lot of it has to do with the super chats. That helps a lot. So like when I do like these streams and all that, the donations, they do help. They help bring that number up. But like those review of the weeks I do, a lot of them for those videos, a lot of them come in from revenue at like between 20 and 30 quid. So for doing review of the week, which is what I do about 20, 25 minutes, Gotta do that once a week. Each one of them gets between 20 and 30 quid. And they normally get around 2k views. So it kind of tells you how much you can get from YouTube in that regard. They're zooming into Shannon Courtney there. Her and Bridges, he'll do that rematch on Fight Camp, 100%. 100% he'll do that rematch on Fight Camp. Because Eddie Hearn, I'd say, is just probably getting planning on Fight Camp now, so 100% he'll get that rematch in, probably on Fight Camp. Ghost landed, Ghost put it on him. Wait there. You're intriguing me now. You're keeping me intrigued. Wait there a sec. Whilst we wait for the main event, I may as well put the fight on. So I'm having a look at Reactor versus this guy, Schumann. They're in the 6th round. I said while I wait for the main event, I might as well just put it on while we wait for this fight to get started. Obviously, when the main event, Josh Warrington, Kiko starts, which I have on down there, I'll go back. Yeah, Shannon Courtney's been looking heavy recently, hasn't she? Never speak to listen to her before now. I get why nobody likes her. Shannon Courtney, she's an absolute. And here's the thing, right? I, Shannon Courtney is one of those people where it's not like she's playing a character, if you know what I mean. You know, where some people they want to be disliked, so they deliberately try and get disliked. Shannon Courtney is not like that. She's just too flippin' dumb to realize that people don't like her, and that's literally the way Shannon Courtney is. She's just too dumb to realize that people don't take kindly to these kind of things. But Reactor looks a lot bigger in there. Looks a lot bigger. This guy is not looking too bad either. The first real time I'm getting a proper look at him. Now, I didn't see how the first Rackport had him down apparently early on, but he looks strong. This guy looks solid. Schumann, he looks solid, very solid. Rackport's a big lad for cruiserweight as well, but this guy looks pretty damn solid. He's finding his mark getting underneath the jab of Reactor as well. That's interesting. Really able to get underneath that jab quite well. Reactor doing a good job of keeping range. Did a very good job of keeping it at range, but he's able to get underneath that jab quite good. It's interesting. Reactor backing him up again, the ropes. Not really anything coming through though. Missing there with a few shots. So, we look at this fight night on Sky. How was the other card been going? I heard Dan Aziz got the win in there earlier on in the card, so it's been Shannon Courtney looks like a cruiserweight. Yeah, look, Courtney is what she is. She is what she is. I'm amazed Eddie Hearn is still working with her though, because it's not like she's a big ticket seller. Didn't she lose? I remember Ty and Boot was saying she lost her Adidas sponsor for having a go with an SF Phelps, was it? Or was it her tweet she did or something like that? So she's not even able to keep the sponsorships going. Aziz looked good. What second intro round you at? Well, I'm looking at the Reactor fight at the minute. And they're going into the 7th round now. Gosh, I realise I've more of this than I thought I did. There we go. So that cranberry juice is going to do me until the end of the full card. This human guy is actually full of. He's not bad. Just about what I'm seeing, the few clips I've seen from him, he can actually get quite good underneath there. He can't beat a pint of blackcurrant. It's actually cranberry, mate. I like blackcurrant too. But it's cranberry. It didn't specify. I get the impression the zone are just sick of the going back and forths because it specified it was more down kind of like with the zone than it was anything else. They said if it was going to happen, it was going to happen on ESPN. So Haney would be fighting over with Top Rank. I can't see that happen, which is a shame because they're not going to give him Ryan Garcia, are they? I wouldn't imagine they'd put him in Ryan Garcia. Cranberry juice have a lot of antioxidants. You'll live to be 100. That's the aim. That's the aim. And I know cranberry juice is very good for you. It's very good for you. I wouldn't mind living to be 100, to be honest with you, mate. But yeah, no, cranberry juice is. I think it's just nice. Dear God, my gob right out. Cranberry dries my gob right out. I like them, man. I think they taste lovely. If you're unemployed on benefits and doing YouTube well, do you have to declare super chat donations? Would you know? Um, well, it's I wouldn't know because I'm not unemployed, but I would imagine, yeah, I would imagine you probably would, yeah. Because you do get YouTube pay take like if someone gives me a fiver, YouTube take a cut of that. So I'd imagine you'd have to let the welfare know. I don't know because like I don't know personally. I'm not unemployed, so I haven't been employed in years, so I don't know. Yeah, you're spot on there. Cleans out your kidneys. It's great for doing that as well, actually. Like cranberry juice is just nice. Like I just like the taste of it. So, and I don't really drink much orange juice. I like orange juice, but I just prefer the taste of the cranberry juice. Just think it tastes nicer. So I always drink. I go through a carton or two of this a week. I think it tastes nice. That one is more fresh. I had two bottles, but the other one I got during the week, that's more fresh. It's way nicer. When was the last time Tank Davis fought? He only fought there back in December. Fought Isaac Cruz. So he's been active enough, Tank Davis. Fought in December, fought in June, fighting in June. So that's about right. I'd imagine that's about right for Tank Davis. So still waiting on this main event to start. Josh Warrington, David Diamante is getting ready in the ring. So I would imagine we're not far off this fight starting. And it looks like it's bang on with the time I set in terms of it's going to be around about, ooh, look at that, 8,806, or sorry, 6,860 subscribers. Not too bad. If you could, lads, smash the like button and hit subscribe, help your boy out. I'd love to be able to hit. Yeah, we know about that. We know about that. We know about that. I can't look at him the same after that. I honestly, whenever I see him in pictures, I'm always just thinking about that as well. I can't look at him the same after that. Do you think Ryan Garcia beats Tank? No, I don't. I would Ryan Garcia. I was very keen on. Yeah, yeah, they've oversold it. They oversold Sweet Caroline. It's fun at the big shows. The big shows, it's cool, but at every other show they do it now. I think they've overplayed it a bit. They've overplayed it a bit. But in terms of Garcia, whoa, whoa, down goes Richard Reactor with a knockdown. I think that could be it. That looked like a body shot. He is crawling all around the ring. He's going to get counted out. He's getting counted out. Reactor wins 8-round knockout. Was that a body shot? That was a good shot. Whoa. I thought your man was starting on Reactor there for a second. It's one of his team men. I want to have a look. Was that a body shot he landed? Because the way he just went down, he just crawled from down the canvas. Have you ever watched the film The Departed? If yes, you shouldn't drink cranberry juice. I've never seen that film, but thank you. Let's give me a recommendation. G-Man to 7K. The goal is 10K by the end of the year. That is the goal for this channel. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. 7K is just the next milestone. Stores, always better value. Someone asked that question. I've gone through 2 liters of that tonight. Gone through 2 liters of the cranberry juice tonight. Yeah, Reactor couldn't have timed that any better. He really couldn't have. I want to see a replay of this knockout. I want to see where it landed. Did it land under? Did it land under the arm? Or like, was it a body shot or what was it? What's it say? If you're British or Irish, you shouldn't be picking nettles off the land and making tea with it. The plant that's being, the plant that stings you is a natural steroid. If you drink it, honestly, my endurance has gone through the roof. The plant that stings you. Oh, nettles. People have nettle soup and stuff like that. Never actually had it myself, but I've seen people do that. Like real old school farmers would get the nettles and would be fucking chewing on the lettuce and eating the lettuce. Or nettles. Seeing, I remember seeing that. They still want to show a replay of this knockout. I want to see where this shot landed. Body good. Yeah, it looked like a good body shot, all right, but I'd like to see it again. Here we go. So Reactor comes in. Oh, straight right, straight on the button, bang in the body. It looked like a good shot. That looked a good shot, to be fair. And Richard Reactor, when they say his timing is good, it's very good because I can now get into the ring walks for Josh Warrington. Nettles stings are no joke. Old nettles, like the really old nettles that are near dead, they sting like hell. I remember when I was a kid, there was a guy in our school. He was only in the school for a little bit. We were only like about 8, and he was a little shit stirrer. He wasn't a nice kid. He was he was from Scarish or something like that. He was only in school briefly, and there was a big row of nettles, and of course, running along, not about it. He obviously tripped, fell into them, and I mean like things everywhere. You know when you get stung with nettles, you get like little things pop up. I mean, he was and rolled all around them as well. It was funny as hell. Like Hatman said, try to eat and drink what grows on your native land historically. That's a very, very, very good point. And he's spot on with that. That's your natural diet as well. And he's spot on with that actually as well. You eat what grows. And that's one thing I do mean to get into, which is like eating and growing my own foods here, because I can grow food where I'm from, where I live. It's nice, and there's lots of land around, like in my house anyway. That is one thing I really want. Apparently, Josh Warren's walking to the ring with a footballer here. I don't know who he is, but a Leeds footballer. Let's have a listen to it. All right, so they're playing that Leeds song. That stadium that arena looks full now. So let's see how this goes. What country am I from? From Ireland. From Ireland, mate. An hour and 45 minutes, it says I've been live. That's flown in. That is literally just like that. It's just flew in. So I have another two. So 6,862 subs we're on now. 152 in the building. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Please do. If you enjoy this, you enjoy the content, help your boy out, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Because that is the goal. I'd love to be able to hit 7K really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. I'd flip and love to. I would absolutely love to hit 7K really, really quickly. As quick as I can anyway, within reason. I'd flip and love that. It's good to see Reactor changing levels. Yeah, yeah. It's weird. He's not noted as a body puncher either. That's a good point. Give us top of the morning. Justice for Lara. Would they do Lara versus Kiko? They might. My mum used to make nettle soup, nettle tea. I need to try it. I'm on for Kiko for the win, but nettle soup, nettle tea. It's something I do need to try because they are natural to the lands and they would suit you very well. Let us know when the ball goes so I can sync up with my telly with the live. Of course I will. Bell goes, sorry. Yeah, of course I will. Bring the crowd to the ring. Josh, I can't believe he's fighting for the title he vacated. They might sound this might sound naive, but do you ever hope the zone or some or similar might see how good your videos are about knowledge and ask you to do some stuff? Honest to God, I would love that to happen. I would. Um, I'd love to do something with like someone like that. I would honestly. I would love to do something like that. The only problem is like I'm not someone who I wouldn't be someone who'd read off a script. I'm not someone who I wouldn't like to be someone if I say like the zone said you want a job, but you have to be on Twitter all the time, like saying like look at this event and this, that, and the other. I'm not really like that. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want to do it if that's part of the job, you know. But in terms of just doing boxing talk and stuff like that, I would flipping love that. Like that would be a dream for me. Be an absolute dream. Something in boxing journalism would be an absolute dream come true for me. Like it really would. But so yeah, I would love to. Um, but I don't know if that would be kind of me in that regard. I think he was asking country, not county. Oh, county, Dublin, definitely. Which part of Ireland? Dublin. Dublin. Uh, what's time's the main event fight? It's literally starting now. Like I'd say in the next 2 minutes, the both guys are in the ring. So I'd say it's gonna go now. I'd say literally give it 2 minutes. Quick check of the gloves. Quick chat from the referee. There you go. That would be so. I'd be so happy. I would be like, what? AJ telling me to be safe. All right. Well, you're giving me a bit of publicity. Take that. I'll take that. I know boxers have watched my videos before. Some would have messaged me to tell me I'm full of shit, and they've gone on to lose. So, I guess I'm knowledgeable enough in that regard. But I've had boxers comment on videos and message me on Twitter about some of them. Most of them have actually been real cool about it. Cool about that. But prediction is Josh Warrington points. Josh Warrington points. I'm playing it safe with Josh Warrington on points. That's my pick. I've been there feeling head first, playing football into yeah, that's gotta suck me. A lot of winning, a lot of winning a world title is being the right place and time. Liam Smith is a great example. Are they playing the national anthems? Really? They used to never do that. They used to always do that before. Are they actually playing it right there? They're playing. Oh yeah, they are playing the national anthems. All right. I'll bite. They're playing the Spanish national anthem now, so that's not a long national anthem, so we should get good to go in the next minute or two. Kiko Martinez, world champion in 2022. I never thought I'd be saying that. I never thought I'd be saying that at all. Worst kid football story when was the goalie dived in to make a save, the ball went into a compound, went in and to compound it. Oh Jesus. Jesus. So much for the yeah, exactly. Like so spinal injury takes less than 3 months to heal. Really. That is crazy though. I mean that was absolutely crazy. I can't look at Diamante the same after that. Every time I see him, I'm just I can't look at him the same after that. Tail of the tape. You wouldn't have thought that. I always thought that he was older than that. Kiko Martinez, 36, made his debut in 2004. Warrington debut back in 2009. Man, both these guys, both these guys have been around. But Josh Warrington's 31 now. Seems like only yesterday he came about. Why did Josh Warrington vacate the IBF title to fight Khan in a unification? Where Khan was only regular. Your guess is as good as mine. I guess the logic behind it is that they kind of assumed Leo Santa Cruz would just vacate. I would imagine that's the logic behind it. Because I can't really understand why you do that. Kiko quit drinking, made him got better again, according to him. Kiko was drinking alcohol, was he, at the time? Like, obviously, he wasn't an alcoholic or anything like that, but he was probably drinking a bit too much and affected him. Maybe. Teetotal now. Oh, man. So, we have 175 in the building. I'm five like shy of 100. Can you please smash the like button? If I have 95 likes, I'm five shy of 100. I would love that if you could, lads. Just even get me to 100 likes, smash that like button if you could. Really help me out. Would really help you boy out. And if you're not already subscribed, not I'm asking for a lot, but I really want to get to 7k. 99 likes, 104. There you go. You lads are fucking amazing. You lads are absolutely fucking amazing. And you got me on commentary. I'm better than Mike Costello. Definitely. Appreciate that. You see, I think it's the opposite. I think Kiko needs to win by knockout. I don't think he'll get a decision in Leeds. And bear in mind, he's fought Josh Warrington before in a fight that could have went either way and lost that fight. So Kiko Martinez, he knows that it's not going to be easy. In fact, I think it might have even been in this building. So Kiko knows what he's up against. He knows that. He knows that Josh Warrington isn't as raw as he was back then. But Josh Warrington also has damage now. Mental damage and physical. You have great boxing knowledge, mate. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I always love hearing people tell me that. Because I think my boxing knowledge, like, I listen to Chris and I look at Hatman and I'm like, how, like, they spot things that I just can't. And I don't think Tyan Boots an alcoholic. I think he just, to be honest with you, right? If it wasn't that I was like watching these fights and looking for things and stuff like that, if I was doing these watch alongs just for the crack, I probably would keep some drink here, like alcoholic drink, the odd time. Like maybe next time I do a watch along, I bring some Moretti's or something. I think he just likes to drink when he's doing them lives, and he makes his pretty much living off of YouTube now, so he doesn't need to worry about getting up for work the next day or anything like that. Yep, that's exactly it. Did Don King do that? Remember Don King pulling? You'd have to refer to him. I wouldn't put it past Don King. A horrible man. Terrible man. Worse than Fish Eyes. Way worse. And Fish Eyes was bad. Let's not forget, Fish Eyes was bad, man. Fish Eyes was bad. And Don King is way worse. Teddy Atlas. Yeah, I seen that. Did you see Mike Tyson hug it out with the mad guy with a gun? Teddy Atlas. That was his original trainer. I like Teddy Atlas, I do. I do like Teddy Atlas. He's a kind of Marmite character. Some don't like him. Some thinks he gets too fired up, but I do like Teddy Atlas. We're getting ready to start this. Go, let's go. First round. Let's see. Josh Warrington, high guard. Kiko looking to come in low, looking to dip down low, looking to get inside on Josh Warrington. Jab lands from Warrington. Josh Warrington obviously looking early on to establish the jab. Looking, the way he's moving back there, he's looking a bit, good shot goes in from Warrington, so he's obviously letting his right hand go early on. Nice little right hand on Kiko. Kiko, he looked poor. He did. Although he won spectacularly against Kid Galahad, did look poor. Josh Warrington early on looking to open up. Now, here's something I was surprised at. I thought if he was going to open up early on, or if he was going to open up at all, he was going to open up late, not early on. I thought he was just going to look to establish the jab and try and tire Kiko out. Kiko with a little body shot. He gets on Warrington up against the ropes. Josh Warrington throws a right hand over the top. This fight means the world to Josh Warrington. He wants his title back. He wants to do it in front of his Leeds fans. Result is Josh Warrington to win on points. Some shots go in against Kiko. Lovely shot from Josh Warrington. Nice little left hook on the inside. Kiko Martinez looks to say, if that's your hardest shot, you're screwed. But the fans very lively. Josh Warrington gets a warning. Kiko with an overhand right misses Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington back Kiko up against the ropes. Left hook, right hand. Has Kiko up in trouble? Has he in trouble up against the ropes? Some shots going in. Martinez tucking up well, blocking these shots, but Josh Warrington relentless. Relentless is in his approach to this fight. Surprise, very quick start from Josh Warrington. No feeling out. Against Lara, it was a very, very touch and go first round. He was establishing the jab. In this fight, Seems like the demons are gone. It's not Mauricio Lara he's looking at, it's Kiko Martinez, and he knows, I've beaten this guy already, I'm going to beat him again. A lot more assertive than Josh Warrington early on, a lot more confidence. Seems to really have a lot more faith in his belief in himself than he did. Oh, seems to buzz Kiko Martinez. Kiko Martinez takes a shot. It could have been a forearm now, but he stabbed it at the nose. There could be some blood coming from the nose of Kiko Martinez. Looked like kind of a half hook, half forearm. But Warrington again with some hooks on the inside. It's a lovely bit of speed. Much more speed. Oh, down goes Martinez in the first round, bleeding profusely from the right eye, right hand from Josh Warrington. Martinez is down, bleeding. Warrington could be on the verge of something special here. Warrington again with the shots going in. Gets Martinez up again the ropes. Open up some combinations. Martinez backed up again the ropes. No answer to any of these shots coming in from Warrington. Warrington again opens them up. Martinez holds and punches on the brake. That's a sign of desperation already from Kiko Martinez. Bleeding down and potentially could lose a point from this. Gets a warning from the referee. As if this first round could go any worse for Kiko Martinez. Josh Warrington in the ascendancy already, looking confident, looking to get a bit of his old swagger back, looking to have some power, looking to establish himself, looking to say, I was always this world champion. This belt was just resting with these two guys. But this is my belt and I'm coming to take it back in front of my fans. Great start to the first round from Josh Warrington. Horrendous start from Kiko Martinez. Bleeding profusely, but rocks Josh Warrington back with a jab. Walks Josh Warrington back with a jab and a right hand lands after the bell. Fiery first round. Fiery first round from both men. That could be a broken nose from Kiko. We'll need to have a look at that. But as if that first round could have went any better for Josh Warrington. Very good start. Let's have a look at this. Oh yes, clash of heads again from Josh Warrington. Although this time it's a nose. It's not a cut. It's a headbutt. But a clash of heads again. And a lovely, both guys through. Warrington got there first. He put Kiko Martinez down. Let's have a look at it again. Kiko goes to throw. Warrington beats him to the punch. Great shot from Josh Warrington. And Josh Warrington looked to finish. Opened up on Kiko. Kiko wasn't punching back, but was able to block a lot of the shots. Very good. Very good round from Josh Warrington. And Kiko punching after the bell as well. That's a sign of desperation. We go into the second round, lads. Bit like Conlon versus Wood, where Wood was down heavy in the first round. We all saw what happened there, but I think this fight, Josh Warrington won't make that mistake. Josh Warrington knows what he needs to do. He knows he's got an older man in front of him. He knows he can land. He knows he can hurt him. And he's doing it again. He's opening up on Kiko Martinez. Kiko Martinez, wise though, holds on. He's not... Kiko Martinez isn't just a good fighter. He's a veteran. He knows how to survive in there. He knows how to protect himself. But Josh Warrington is relentless. I haven't seen him fight like this since he beat Lee Selby. Relentless in front of his fans. Left hook goes in from Warrington. Opens up a combination again. Kiko Martinez, shots are getting in. Head to body. Kiko Martinez has no answer. Taking these shots well, but some of these are going to have an effect. Josh Warrington happy again to stand and trade in the pocket. He knows when he lands on Kiko Martinez, he's having an effect. He knows he's in there with an older fighter. He knows this isn't Mauricio Lara. This isn't a guy who's going to take his shots and return with heavy fire. He knows he can afford to stay in the pocket with this guy. He knows what he's doing. And it's working well for Josh Warrington. He looks like a man rejuvenated. Jab working well. Pushes back Kiko. Kiko looking for an opening, but he can't find one. Jabs go in again from Warrington. Opens up with a combination. Left hook. Robbles Kiko Martinez. Kiko Martinez tries to retaliate. Back in center ring. Looks to be a cut below the eye now of Martinez as well. There seems to be a bit of blood trickling. It could be just some residual blood from the nose. Both guys on the inside. Martinez backed up again the ropes. In some ways, I think that's where he wants to be. But he's dipping down very low in the heads. The heads are coming very close in the forearm. Josh Warrington gets a warning about that. Both guys back in center ring. I wonder would Josh Warrington look to set up a counter, a bit like what he did the last time. I wonder. Maybe he should have been using Reyes gloves all along. Martinez having a bit of success now. Little overhand right goes in. Doesn't really phase Josh Warrington at all. And Martinez, those feet are looking quite stationary. They're looking slow. They are looking slow. Warrington left hook lands. Kiko Martinez takes it well. Another combination from Warrington, but to no real effect. No real effect. Some more shots going in from Warrington. Kiko Martinez taking these shots well. Load of hooks on the inside go in. Warrington's happy to stand in there and try it. Looking to outwork him, looking to get his shots going. Uppercut lands from Warrington. Backs Kiko back up again the ropes. Martinez happy to sit there. Hopefully trying to let Warrington punch himself out. Miss these shots. He's tucking up well. Lots of these shots aren't going in, but some body shots going in from Warrington. Some of them are straying low from Kiko in retaliation. Bit messy here on the inside. Some shots going in from Martinez actually landing on Warrington. Doing a good job backing up again the ropes. And both guys look like they're going to fight to the bell. I can't see any guy taking the initiative in this phase of the fight. Martinez just fighting his way back off the ropes as the bell goes to end the second round. Can't see it going to the fifth. Yeah, I'd be quite surprised if it did now, to be honest with you, mate. I'd be quite surprised if it did. Lively start. That's what I will say. Lively start to this fight so far. Plug this in here. Yeah, very lively start as far to this fight. Very lively. Let's have a look. So Warrington, right hands land from Warrington, opens up a combination on Kiko, but Kiko just happy enough to take them. It's a good fight so far. It's a good fight. I've been happy with it so far. As we go into round number 3. Let's see how this goes. I'm probably a few seconds behind you guys. I'm 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the third round, so I might be behind one or two of yous. But Kiko on the front foot this time. Josh Warrington moving around the ring now. Kiko looking to be the aggressor after being the hunted for the last 2 rounds. He's had a hard start to this fight. It's had a very hard start. Josh Warrington already has 110 power shots thrown as opposed to Kiko's 58, and he's landed almost half of those power shots. Josh Warrington, incredible output, incredible accuracy as well. Blood still trickling from Martinez. Warrington not coming out as assertively in this third round. Definitely seems to be just a little bit more cognizant, a little bit more defensively sound, not looking to get an exchange if he doesn't need to. Using this jab to good effect there again is Warrington. Just popping it out, keeping the smaller guy at range. Kiko looking to dip low and get in. Looking to get in behind it and looking to set up an uppercut by the looks of things. Right hand misses over the top from Kiko as well as an uppercut. Josh Warrington just looking, just probing, just moving around the ring. Just popping that jab out. Right hand miss from Josh Warrington. That last follow-up jab didn't over the hand right, just goes over the top of Kiko Martinez's head. Is doing a good job dipping low. Some body shots going in from Martinez. Looking to open up on Warrington. Warrington moving around the ring, getting on his bike. Boxing quite well in this round is Josh Warrington. Not really engaging with his man. But now he is. Now he gets Kiko Martinez up against the ropes. Now see, let some shots go. Now the right hand goes in from Warrington, but Kiko Martinez rides the shot quite well. Doesn't take the full sting of it. And we're back in center ring. Josh Warrington again, getting out of the way of some of these shots. Martinez looking to be setting up an uppercut. Seems very reliant on that uppercut. Maybe he feels that's the shot that Josh Warrington's open to. Seen him try and throw it a few times in this fight. Missing each time. But getting closer. Both guys just fighting into a clinch with the free hand. Heads are coming a bit close together in the clinches, which I don't like to see. You know, there's already been one head clash already in this fight. And Martinez, better round this from Martinez so far. But still, you would imagine that it's going the way of Josh Warrington. Martinez, just his legs don't look right. For me, his legs just don't seem quite underneath him. Maybe that is a result of the knockdown in the first round, or maybe it's a result of him just being a spent fighter at this stage. Lest we forget, he beat Kid Galahad, but he beat him after being well and truly outboxed for the first couple of rounds. Another right hand goes over the top from Kiko. Josh Warrington looking to stand and trade on the inside, looking for a grandstand finish to this third round. Not really anything comes from it. Kiko Martinez is able to get out of that. Josh Warrington back on his bike as this round comes to an end. This was a bit of a lull in this round. Not really much happened. It was more around where Josh Warrington got on his bike, let Kiko come to him and opened up on him when he needed to. So we go into the fourth round. It'd be very difficult to see this fight going any other way than three zip Warrington. Fighting when he needs to, moving when necessary. Exactly that. Exactly that. That's literally exactly it. He's moving when he needs to. And the first two rounds when he had Kiko hurt, he was able to just, come in, do what he needed to do, try and get the guy out of there. But now he's kind of focusing on more boxing. And I think that that's going to pay dividend to Josh Warrington. Really, I mean, this is like the job. Now, I know, again, he's in there with Kiko Martinez. He's a great fighter in his right, but he's not what he used to be. This will go a long way to helping Warrington get over the demons of that Lara fight. It will. Now, I can't see he fighting Lara anytime soon, if ever, again, but I'd say Lee Wood is next. Based off this fight, you would say Lee Wood. I would pick Josh Warrington based on this performance I've seen so far. He does need a miracle. Exactly that. Exactly that. So as we go into the fifth round, I have to reset this app. This DAZN app I have is so crap. It just keeps freezing every now and again. It's so flippin' annoying. Eddie Hearn, fix your freaking app. It shouldn't be this laggy. There we go. So Warrington again. Martinez definitely be a bit more aggressive, although Warrington did walk him onto a combination there, and he's going to Martinez's body. Little hook goes in just over the top of Martinez's head. Martinez looking to exchange on the inside, but Warrington backs Martinez back up against the rope, using the shoulder to keep Martinez pinned there, which is a nice little tactic he's using. We saw John Ryder do a lot of that with Callum Smith when he fought. And Martinez dipping in below the ropes, which you're not necessarily normally allowed to do all the time. Some referees will give you leeway as the heads come together very close again. The heads are coming very close. That can happen with inside fight when you get a bit reckless like that. But what Warrington is doing, he's looking to back Kiko up again the rope so we can land the combination, so we can open up on him. Want to be careful there. Walked into a little right hand from Kiko. So want to be careful there. Again, Warrington, when your chin's been cracked like it was against Lara, you do have some reservations about how good it'll be thereafter. Whoa, right hand goes in from Kiko. That just buzzed Warrington a little bit. Seems to took it well. Uppercut lands from Warrington. The shot that Kiko was looking to set up the last round. Uppercut just misses from Josh Warrington. Kiko complains about the heads coming together again. Referee says, get on with it. And Martinez looking to do some work on Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington, wise to that, gets Kiko Martinez back up again the ropes. 40 seconds to go in the fifth round or fourth round. And Martinez really dipping low. And this is why the heads are coming together. Martinez is dipping so low and Warrington kind of boring in with his own head. You see the top of the heads coming together extremely closely. And when Kiko Martinez is doing that, it's hard for Warrington to land shots. It's hard because the target is literally completely blocked with arms. It's dipping down so low, it's hard for Warrington to get done. Kiko pushes Josh Warrington back. I think he'd prefer this fight to be kind of more in the center of the ring. A lot of blood going on Warrington's gloves. Always a bloody affair in these world title fights for Josh Warrington, it seems. Better round though, this from Kiko, it has to be said. After the start he had in the fight, this is a much better round for him. What round? We're going into the fifth round. Josh going for finishing moves again. That cut. Still a good bit of blood coming from Kiko. Still definitely a good bit of blood flowing from Kiko. Yeah, that is bad. Like, that is flowing down. And shout out to Base every time. 200 of us in the chat. Base the kid, the hardcore casual. For those who like boxing, Base has one of the best channels around. Covers the females religiously. Does his hardcore casual show every week. Great channel. Base the kid, the hardcore casual. If you haven't, give him a look. Great channel. And a great guy. Base is a cool guy. Referee. Oh, looks like there's just some water still in the corner. I was wondering what he's pointing at the corner for. So Martinez again, starting strong again in this round. He's definitely, like, Warrington is definitely kind of gone more into boxing kind of mode now. Where the first two rounds he was really just about putting it on, trading with Kiko and getting the fights going, or getting the punches going on the inside, getting Martinez backed up against the ropes. He's focused more. Good jab lands, good counter jab from Josh Warrington as Kiko Martinez was coming in. He's definitely focusing a lot more now on his boxing. It seems to be paying dividends. Uppercut lands from Josh Warrington. Picking his shots quite well as Josh Warrington. Kiko Martinez looking to set these shots up, but I think the timing is still a bit off from Kiko. Certainly at this stage in his career, he doesn't have the same timing. Feet are a bit slower. And has the punch resistance gone slightly. Oh, shots go in from Josh Warrington. Right hand lands, gets through the guard. Uppercuts go in from Josh Warrington. Kiko Martinez just rolls with the shots, just kind of nods and smiles. So he seems happy enough to stand and trade with Josh Warrington, happy enough to take these shots, swinging and miss. That was miles away from Kiko Martinez. Led with a left hook, and there was no one there. Looks like he was trying to hit Invisible Man. Josh Warrington was miles away. But Warrington again, that a lot of blood coming in from Kiko now. An awful lot of blood. Hell of a lot of blood, actually. And Josh Warrington again, piecing Kiko Martinez up at range. He's really been showing me a lot in this fight, Josh Warrington. He's been boxing well at range, and also when it comes in close, he's been able to get these shots going. So that old Josh Warrington work rate is still there. And I believe it was the end of this round where Kid Galahad found out all about what Kiko Martinez has left. Will Josh Warrington make any such mistake? He looks in an awful worse state, Kiko Martinez, than he did against Kid Galahad. And will Josh Warrington be cognizant of that? Josh Warrington just trying to keep it at range, just trying to keep it at distance. Looking to land in shots when he gets a chance. Little right hand on the inside, short shot goes in there from Josh Warrington, but Kiko retaliates, looking to get his shots going. Josh Warrington doing a good job tucking up and getting out of range when Kiko's getting ready to throw his power shots. Takes centering again, does Josh Warrington. Hands up high, looking to counter with the jab. And doing a good job, as I said, just moving around the ring, slipping some of these shots, riding with some of the big shots that Kiko Martinez is throwing. And landing some of his shots in retaliation. Good shot there goes in from Josh Warrington. Kiko Martinez, he's exerting energy with all these shots he's throwing, and there's no one there to hit. He's exerting a lot of energy with this. But a nice little uppercut goes in from Kiko, but no real authority on it. And again, swinging and a missing. When you're an older fighter, you want to be economical with your punches. You don't want to be swinging wildly and missing. It's going to drain your gas tank more if it's not already been drained after the first few rounds in this fight. He's had to endure a storm. But a much better round that was for Kiko. I'd say that's the first round of the fight that I would actually give to him. I would edge Kiko in that round just slightly. So, as it stands, 4-1. So, as it stands, we are 4-1. Got some Warrington fans in here. Football gamer, come on, Warrington. Josh versus the peak Derry Matthews. Only fight that ends in a double DQ. But Warrington again, finding range, find some good range against Kiko. He's been doing very well in this fight. I don't know if it's a case of Josh Warrington improving exponentially since the first fight, which he has improved, or Kiko regressing very badly. I mean, he is much older than he was. He's only 36, but he's miles on the clock in terms of boxing. The ringside, oh, that's the cuts man. Referee's calling time to have a look at that cut because he's been bleeding. The doctor's coming in to take a look again. Let's have a look, see. Oh no, it's the Vaseline. I thought he was getting the doctor in. They're just getting rid of some of the Vaseline. Too much Vaseline on Kiko. Fight predictions: Josh Warrington to win. Probably on points, but he might yet stop him. He may yet stop him. Who knows? Some more shots going in from Kiko in this round. Start of this round. How's Bellew have it? Every round to Josh Warrington. So far, he has scored every single round the way that Josh Warrington. To be fair, that fifth round, I wouldn't complain if he gave that fifth round to Kiko Martinez, to be honest with you. Could have went either way that fifth round. After this round, just be aware, I really need to go toilet, so I'm going to leave this stream after this round for about a minute. So just so you're aware, I'm not going anywhere, but I really need to go toilet after this round. So for the minute break, you might have to keep yourself entertained on there. quite a big work rate being thrown by both guys. Total punch thrown after 6, nearly 300 from Josh Warrington, but landed at a very high rate. Landed at a very high rate is Josh Warrington. Seems to me as though Josh Warrington is content to keep boxing in this round. That's mainly what he's been doing since the second round, really. He's been looking to get counters on, but here's an opening. Here's an opening from Josh Warrington. Lands a couple of shots. Gets Kiko Martinez backed up again the ropes. Kiko Martinez, again, the heads are... I don't like this. The heads are coming... No. Yeah, referee, get on to Josh Warrington about that. Those heads were coming way too close together. Way too close. If he's got a cut and the heads are like meeting like that, it's going to exasperate that cut exponentially. So the referee needs to get on Josh Warrington's back about that. He really does. He needs to get on Josh Warrington's back over that. And Kiko, again, trying to land his shots. A minute to go in round number 6. Kiko just missing again. With the uppercut, Josh Warrington again looking to just take the ring, keep it at range, guard up high, slip a few shots, and land his own in retaliation. That seems to be the plan that Josh Warrington is having. Has been working very well in this fight so far. He's ahead on all streets. I would imagine he's ahead in the judges' scorecards. Beating up Kiko in this fight. Having a good job. Doing a good job is Josh Warrington. Accidental clash. Josh would... They do look quite... Like those heads... When they were up against the ropes, the way Warrington was coming in with the head, that didn't look good at all. That did not look good at all. That looked quite deliberate now, I have to say. Looked very deliberate. As we come to the end of the 6th round, Josh Warrington, that cut is... Man, he is bleeding profusely as Kiko. I'm going to just pop to the toilet for 1 sec. Apologies about that. We're back. So, literally, I'm only after grabbing this back. So, a minute gone. A little over a minute gone in this 7th round. So, at the halfway point of this fight, Josh Warrington, again, following a similar trajectory to how the fight was going over the last few rounds. Seems to be using his head and forearm. He is, ever since that Lara fight, it seems like he's just become even more just that head's become almost like a third arm almost. It's like a second weapon he uses. Right hand misses again. Kiko's looking to set up the big shots, but I think the timing just isn't quite there for Kiko. But that head, when he gets Martinez back up again the rope, that head is so the way he's going in. Oh, buzzes Kiko Martinez with a left hook, backs Kiko up again the rope. Kiko Martinez holding on. He's gonna go. Josh Warrington opens up. Kiko doing a good job blocking these shots, but at some point the referee's not punching back. That's it. It's over. Josh Warrington stops Kiko Martinez. Round 7 does a backflip. Kiko Martinez. A lot of those shots were getting blocked. To be fair, but Josh Warrington is once again IBF World Champion. The title that he vacated, he now has back. Well, what do we think about that? What do we think of the stoppage? I certainly wasn't picking Warrington to win by stoppage. I thought if we were going to get a stoppage in this fight, we were going to get it from Kiko Martinez. I definitely didn't think it would be Josh Warrington with the stoppage, but there we go. He looked razor sharp. What do we think? Do you think Warrington has got rid of the demons? Do we think that Warrington has got rid of the demons from the Mauricio Lara fight, or was that him just beating an older fighter? Was that him beating an older fighter, or what was it? Let me know your thoughts, right? I'm gonna call right. I still have a little bit left. That's it. I went through 2 bottles of this. 2 bottles of cranberry juice. That's why I should have brought a piss bottle. But hey, lads, I've enjoyed this. Hope you have. Warrington was really reckless with the head. Extremely reckless with the head and the elbows as well. Extremely reckless. Sheath. Warrington is the headbutt king, washed up. At times he looked rejuvenated, and at other times, I don't want to say he looked tentative, maybe, but for definite, Warrington, he looked better than I thought he would. Put it like that. I didn't think he'd look as good as that. I know, obviously, he was very reckless with the headbutts and the forearms going in. It was really, yeah. And it was really, when you look at it, you're seeing how the head was just kind of going in. It was crazy. But I'm going to do a post fight. So, bit about Warrington, a bit about G-Man. Warrington has improved. Yeah, he definitely is improved. But yeah, the headbutt was very reckless. Lads, I hope you enjoyed my commentary. You know, people keep saying that they like the commentary, so I enjoy doing it. So I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I'm probably not going to cover the cards tonight. I'm not staying up for the cards, but I'm doing my post fight next, so that'll be out now in a minute. And in terms of everything else, you know, would love to see fight Selby again. He's never going to fight Selby again. Selby's 2 weight divisions above him. But in terms of everything else, I hope you enjoyed this. Good job tonight. Thank you. I love doing these watch-alongs. If you could, before we leave, smash the like button. There's 200 of you in the building. If you've not already subscribed, hit subscribe. My channel is good. And my commentary, of course, it was better than Mike Costello. Of course, it was better. But lads, I'm going to get the post-fight recorded now. 208 in the chat. Please smash the like button on the way out. Post-fight reviews coming out now in the next 10 minutes. I'll chat to you then. Mike Costello is garbage. Absolute garbage. Don't know what Eddie Hearn was thinking. But I don't know what Eddie Hearn was thinking, putting Tony Bellew on the team as well. So hop into Eddie Hearn's mind and ask him why. But lads, I'll leave you with that. Peace. Oh, wait a sec. Love the commentary. Nice one, G. Big up. Cut next time, G. Cut next time? You mean commentary next time? I love doing the commentary anyway. But lads, peace.